All right. Okay. This is a video that I am making because I'm stupid and dumb, right? So, basically, what we're going on about here is in both my Dino Crisis video and my Marvel Rivals video, I keep bringing up the issue of depth, right? I keep bringing up the issue of good design, good character design, good Jesus, excuse me, good ability design. And the example I always give of a good ability is Junkrat's Mine, right? Junkrat's Concussion Mine is always the example I give of a good ability. And I brought it up in both the Dino Crisis video and the Marvel Rivals video. And I feel like I only touched the tip of the iceberg because I kind of just wanted to speed it along. But there's so much to this ability, and it is such a perfect example of a well-designed ability. And I think Junkrat is also such a perfect example of a well-designed character. Junkrat has a lot of really bad stigma around him, and I just think he doesn't deserve it. And I think he's just such a good designed character in so many reasons. Dare I say, one of the best designed characters. Because, for starters, I think he is a character that easily has one of the lowest skill ceilings. Bottom 5 for the lowest skill ceilings, and is super easy to perform. And that's why he's so popular. You see him all the fucking time. In any rank, low-level players like him. And he's a very common character, right? As well as, I also believe that he has top five, one of the highest skill ceilings as well, right? I think he is easily one of the easiest characters to perform, as well as one of the hardest characters to perform, because he has so many little neat tricks and gimmicks that you can do. Not only because of his gun, not only because of his concussion mine, but, I mean, his trap's a bit limited, but even that shit has some funny shit you can do with it as well. So, I'm going to basically go into kind of a detailed, I don't know what to call this, a guide? Not really a guide, because I'm not really going to try and teach you to play Junkrat. I mean, if you fucking want to use this as a guide, then sure. But I'm just going to go over some of the shit that I know that I can do and some of the cool shit that I find with Junkrat and some of the shit that I like with Junkrat. And just kind of like casually move around training mode and just show off little neat tricks and tips and whatnot that I think make this character really cool and make this character really well designed. And this concussion mine is the sort of crux of that. This concussion mine, Junkrat is not possible without this concussion mine. The concussion mine is Junkrat and is really what gives his whole kit depth, right? It is really what makes this character pop. It is really what is everything about this character. And this mine is gotta be one of the best design moves in the fucking entire game. Because this mine is the Swiss Army knife of abilities. And there are so many uses for it. And while it may seem like it's a very simplistic move that is very easy to use, but also has a lot of depth and a lot of things that you can do with it as well. On top of that, even his grenade launcher, in a way, has a lot of depth and a lot of things you can do with it as well. And like I said, Junkrat seems like such a stupid, simple character, and you can play him that way. He can be played very stupid and very simple, and he's very easy to understand. He's very easy to pick up and play, unlike someone like Doomfist, right? But on the other hand, he also has such a high skill ceiling and so much things that you can do with him that he really just never runs out of content for the character. He never gets dull. At least I find this to be the least. So just want to show you guys some stuff. And like I said, this video I was gonna make, and I was gonna be like, I should go over the whole Junkrat concussion mine, because I'm doing the whole list on the good and bad designs and blah, 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 blah. But I'm like, God, I keep fucking mentioning it, and it's not the last time I mention it. It's not the first time. And I'm just gonna keep mentioning it more. So, like I said, I just want to make a quick video. It's not gonna be quick. I'm telling you it's not gonna be quick, because I'm gonna ramble like a motherfucker, right? A quick video, and then anytime I'm like, hey, you want an example of good character design, I'll just link them this video, right? And then people can check it out, and I don't have to repeat myself about this whole stupid fucking concussion mine thing over and over and over and over again. So, let's just start off with his grenade launcher before we get into the concussion mine, because his grenade launcher has a lot of neat shit to begin with. First of all, his grenade launcher I wish I could show this. Maybe I could go into a bot match. I don't want to go into a real game because I don't need real people. I just kind of want to like shoot around at moving objects is what I want to do. That aren't these bots because they kind of just move back and forth. You know what I mean? So because of how slow Junkrat's projectiles are, once again, I can kind of just lobby it in the general direction of the enemies, and it provides us more good area denial at the very least, right? Enemies, of course, aren't just going to fucking waltz straight into the middle like the bots did. The casual bots just kind of waltzed straight into the middle of Junkrat's mine, didn't really move around them or try to avoid them at all. No players are going to fucking do that. It's just, that's not going to happen, right? But it does provide some options and provide some area denial of just be like, okay, don't be in that general vicinity of Junkrat when he's doing this, right? When he's just, and you see this all the time. A lot of Junkrats will basically use his grenades to kind of just shut down hallways, shut down doors. So like this tank bot, he can't really push in through like a corner like that. And like I said, if there's like a guy like here, I can just kind of, I don't even have to look at him. He can't really get through here unless he wants to push me. And he does have his chance when I reload, but that's a whole nother thing, right? So his grenade, very slow projectile. And because of this, at a distance, I kind of have to assume where you're going to be or just get lucky. Or I want to be close. So a lot of Junkrat, a lot of low-level Junkrat players especially, they just want to get close like this and just kind of fucking hold left click. And a lot of players in general at a low level just kind of want to hold forwards and hit left click. That's why Reaper is a very popular character at a low level, is because he can do that. But like I said, if you're good with it, if you're good at kind of predicting where the enemy is going to be and tracking that shit, then, and you're good with just like grenades and whatnot, then, you know, it's not too bad, right? And you can get a lot of good kills off it. And that's something that I'm very good at, me personally, is being very good at just not grenades necessarily, but slow-moving projectiles, right? This is something, and I think it's just come from years of playing Junkrat, but even in my other games like Paladin and stuff, I tend to gravitate more towards characters who have slow-moving projectiles, and I don't much like hit scan all too much, right? And a lot of it takes a lot of assuming where they're going to be and kind of shooting where they're, like a hit scan character, I want to shoot where they are, right? To some degree, right? A projectile-based character with a slow-moving projectile like this, and by slow-moving, I mean like slow-moving. Not necessarily like something like, what's a not slow-moving projectile? Like Torbjorn. This is a projectile. Is it? Did she just a fucking hit scan? What is this? Yeah, no, it's not hit scan. Okay, good. It's just it wasn't loading right. Right. This is a fast moving projectile. You can consider it. Right. Not a slow moving projectile. Something like instead, of course, McCree. This is hit scan. Which hit scan is just, it teleports, in case you, for whatever reason, are playing this game and don't know, hit scan is basically just going to teleport on top of you. There's no bullet. There's no travel time. It's just, if you're right here, boom, I shot you. Right? If you're just in front of this reticle, and I press left click, you're shot. Right? That's what that is. And then what's like a medium, like Genji, I think, right? Yeah, this is a medium, Genji's is still pretty slow, but this is like a medium speed projectile, right? So, slow moving projectile is this shit. Very slow. Very slow. Players, especially the farther you are, they'll be able to see this, move out of the way of it, strafe out of the way with it, especially if they have movement abilities like Tracer, right? Very hard to hit. She can almost, if I'm here and there's a Tracer there, there's no world where I hit her. Unless she's really stupid or really unlucky and teleports into a mine, it's not going to happen. It's really not going to happen because she can kind of see the mine coming, teleport out of the way, blah, 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 blah. It's very hard for me to hit her. Kind of the same thing with like Genji or really just any high mobility character in general. So, very slow. But because of this, there's some interesting things you can do. For starters, I'm going to want to set up this. For starters, like I said, I can just be close range. Right? Do that. That's the classic. or I can set up this mine and get basically a guaranteed hit like that. I'll get more into those later when I talk more about the concussion mine. But basically, because of the way his grenades work, I'm going to want to either be very close or set up my grenades to be in a position where they're almost guaranteed to hit. Final thing is, this is an interesting thing that I like to do with the grenades, and you might see this in my gameplay, but whenever I play Junkrat, I shoot low, I shoot high, I shoot low, I shoot high, I shoot low, I shoot high. That is what has been baked into my muscle memory for years, and it crosses over to other games too. Sometimes when you watch my Paladins gameplay or any of my other gameplay, you might see that all the time. I shoot low, I shoot high. I might shoot low, I shoot high. This is a very strange habit that I've built, and no matter how hard I try, whenever I start autopiloting and just doing subconscious actions, there's nothing I can do about it. I default to doing this. Even in games like Rainbow Six Siege and Valorant, I do this shit sometimes. It's a very strange habit, and it has just come from hundreds of thousands of hours of playing Junkrat. And the reason I do this is, God, I don't know if this has a name. I think people just are like, oh, he's one-tapped, but I don't like to call it that, and I like to call it something special. And the thing I've always referred it to as web. I've always referred to it as the web. And basically what this is Junkrat's projectiles become essentially two different projectiles when I shoot them like a grenade like this at an arc, and when I shoot them at the floor. They are 100% completely different projectiles, not the same whatsoever. Right? They are essentially, like I said, a lot of people might think Junkrat's kind of limited because his concussion mine basically takes up two abilities, because it's not only his right click, right, his secondary fire, but it also is his shift ability as well. However, he kind of does have a secondary fire in a way, being able to shoot here and being able to shoot here. What this allows you to do is shooting it low and allowing you to basically, whoa, that was a fucking weird angle. Shooting it low and basically having it bounce along the floor makes the projectile move much slower than volleying it like this. On top of that, it also definitely helps with characters like Tracer. I almost always just shoot like this when I'm fighting someone like Tracer. Because Tracer, when she teleports across the ground, she's here, she's then here, she's then here, over here, recalls back to here, right? All that time, unless she's recalling, right? When she zips around, she is still vulnerable to attacks. She can still be hit by attacks when being zipped. It's not an actual teleport, it's a dash, right? And that's something that you always need to keep in mind. And if I'm shooting like here and she teleports out of the way, right? If she's, let's say I tag here, right? This is Tracer. And she's here, and then she's going to teleport. Fuck, shit, I can't do it here because these stupid bots. If she's here, and she's going to teleport here, let's say, then if I shoot like this, this might miss. It's a lot easier to hit it with this, and because it's also slower, it has a longer time of being basically active, right? The other thing is, like I said, this is what I like to call the web. Right? And this is always what I've referred to it as. I don't know if it has an official name. People don't really talk about it all that much, which I feel like it should be. But basically, and the reason I shoot low and I shoot high is I can do this shit. Fuck. Or I can't do this shit because I'm a dipshit. Kill this guy immediately. I can do this. That's what I can do, and you're dead. You're fucked in that position. And this is one of my favorite things, and I'm always looking for this, is basically shoot low, shoot high, and then you hit them both at the same exact time. Because this one is slower, and then you can hit this one, and it instantly kills them. You can even do it where, like, that leaves a bit of a gap, but, I mean, the tighter you are with it, it becomes easier to do. Now, at close range, you can't actually do it at close range. This one's a bitch and a half to do. Let's see if I can do it. Nah, fuck no. Like I said, it's a bit, that one's a bit iffy. That one's a bit iffy, and I don't like doing it. There's no reason to do it other than to swagger on kids. But like I said, this is good at long range. This is what I always do at long range, is shoot low, shoot high, shoot low, shoot high. Now at close range, other than specific characters like Tracer, I'm always going to be shooting like this, right? And all I need to do is basically hit you with that, and then concussion mine, and you're dead. But this thing right here is very good. And it is good for a multitude of reasons because, like I said, I basically only need to hit you once. But, of course, I have to assume where you're going to be. But it does have a lot of positives. In a team fight, because, like I said, if you get hit, if I'm just volleying grenades like this, you get hit, then not only is there that blast there that kind of moves you around. It's not like real CC. It's not a real, like, knockback. It's so minor. You don't even notice it. But if I'm just volleying grenades like this, like a lot of like low-level Junkrat players like doing, just kind of volleying grenades like a dipshit. If I get hit with a grenade, I'm going to move out of the way. I'm going to be like, oh shit, that was a grenade that just hit me. I'm going to move out of the way, and I'm immediately going to get healing. And by the time the next grenade comes by, I'm going to be moved out of the way. I'm going to be looking at those grenades. I can just walk out of the way. That's not an issue. When I do this, you don't realize you're dead until it's too late. Right? Because it happens instantly. That one fucked up because of the bounce. But if there was a wall there, he would hit the wall, and then that wouldn't have been the issue. Right? Like that. Right? You're dead. Like that. And it is very, very useful. And as you get better at it, you can do it kind of at closer range. Fuck, that would have worked if I just had it lined up properly. No. That's not good. That's not good. Let me see if I can still do it. Fuck me. You can do it like damn near point blank if you're really good with it. Boom. Fuck it. Whatever. But yeah, basically, this is good for long range. I don't like to just volley grenades in here unless I'm just looking to be a nuisance and to be annoying. But if I'm actually looking to kill someone here, I'm going to be doing this, right? Shoot low, shoot high, or at a medium range. Sometimes I'll be in a fight at about this distance, right? With someone like this, right? Or like here, right? If I'm at about this distance, 10, 20 meters away, I'll be doing more of this kind of thing, or like 30 meters away, right? Just kind of shoot low, shoot high, shoot low, shoot high. And it's kind of just been baked into my muscle memory to get used to doing this. And it's a very useful thing because, like I said, it prevents them from healing. Healing, when I used to play the game, healing was very strong. Now, it's not so much. Like I said, it's a lot of times I'll play support, which support is my strongest role, I believe. And I play support, and a lot of times it feels like I can't do I can't do things sometimes. A lot of times it feels really bad in this game. They've nerfed healing so much over and over again. It just feels like sometimes it's like, you know, I can't stop people from dying. But that's not here nor there. When I used to play, healing very, very strong. Healing very, 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 very strong. Right? So being able to instantly kill someone like that without them having a chance to heal is very good. Especially like when Baptiste was meta and his immortality field is very good. Right? As soon as they see you're at low health, boom, immortality field. Right? Does not matter. I'm not going to give Baptiste a chance to throw that immortality field. And, like, you'll still be able to kill even with something like, you know, Mercy's ult or Zenyatta's ult or something along those lines. It doesn't fucking matter. Because I can out DPS. You're dead like that. There is no chance to be healed here. I don't care how much healing Zenyatta's ult does. He's dead. That's an instant kill. So I always call it the web, and there's a vertical and a horizontal web is what I call it, right? This one I like to call the vertical web because basically I'm shooting low and I'm shooting high. However, you can do what I like to call the horizontal web, which is a bit, it's hard, and it's not useful. It's very situational, but you can do it. The only real reason to do it is someone behind a pillar. Basically, I don't even know if there's a way to show this in training mode because it's such a bitch to do. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to shoot low, move, and then shoot like normal. Right? Shoot low and then shoot high. It's very fucking weird to do. And a lot of times will require a mine, probably a preemptive mine. So like, it's like I can't even do it. Like, you know, it's weird. But basically what you're going to want to do is, yeah, shoot low, boom, and then kind of get some mobility and then shoot normal. And it doesn't really work unless there's like a pillar, kinda, and it's weird. And depending on the angle, sometimes you'll basically be doing this, right? You'll shoot low, hold on, shoot low, mine, shoot low again. They'll hit around the same time, but not exactly the same time. And like I said, you gotta spincer it. You gotta, fuck, I don't know how to explain this. It's such a bitch to explain. Okay, the premise is someone's hiding behind a pillar. Let's say I'm hiding behind, I'm the enemy, this is the enemy, right here, hiding behind this pillar. You're hiding behind that pillar, right? Basically what I'm going to try to do, ignoring all these bots, I'll just send them to friendly so they don't get in the way, right? Ignoring all this bot, I'm going to shoot low. Fuck, it's hard to do, right? Shoot. Son of a bitch. It's so situational, it's so fucking useless, but you get the fucking point. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm crossing my angles to basically shoot a projectile that's going to move slowly kind of along here, right? And it's going to slowly move along here, and I'm going to cut my angle by using my concussion mine and then shooting an angle along here. If I do it properly, right, behind a pillar, if I'm standing, you know, like, let's use my Junkrat mine for a reference, right? If I'm standing right there, if I do it properly, I can shoot the mine. It's slowly moving here and then move along the side and hit here. I think I do have some footage of it because I did it once. But I don't think I was looking when I did it. I just set the mines and then did it. It's such a fucking bitch thing to do. It's usually done on accident. But like I said, it's complicated, it's weird fucking movement, and it's very situational. The really only use of it is if there is no teammates around and someone is hiding behind a pillar. You can't do it if they're hiding around a wall. It just doesn't fucking work that way. It has to be a pillar. It has to be an object like this. Other than that, it's fucking useless. Yes, in theory, you could do it without a pillar. You could just shoot low, boom, and then cut your angle and do it all that way. Like, so you kind of already have to have a preemptive mind. You don't... Like, so you have to have a preemptive mine. I'm pretty sure it's not possible to do it without already having a mine placed because it's too many, it adds too many frames with just, you know, throwing out the mine. Throwing out the mine just adds too many frames onto it that it's not possible. And you also have to have a lot of distance. I don't think I'm giving myself enough distance. I have to be, like, here in order for it to work, right? So, like, fuck. And it's still a bitch to do. I don't know, like I said, I should have footage of me doing it, or at least kind of doing it, but I think it's something that's so difficult to do and so unreasonable as well that it's not even worth learning how to do it. But I hope you can kind of understand what I'm going for here and then disregard it immediately. But the vertical web is the only thing that's really useful, right? And I've always called it the web. And if I kill someone with it, I say they get webbed. That's always that's my thing. I don't know if it has a real name. Like I said, don't know if it has a real name, but it's been a habit that's been baked into me playing Junkrat is shoot low, shoot high. Shoot low, shoot high. And it's a very neat thing. And like I said, just this gun, just with one primary fire, it feels like it has a secondary fire, essentially. With just what it's capable of doing, as it feels like I'm basically using an alternative fire when I shoot low and when I shoot high, because they essentially almost turn into two different projectiles. This turns into this little bouncy, slow-moving ball. This turns into this medium-moving, you know, grenade, right? It's very interesting, and I like the way that it works. On top of that, what was the second thing that I was going into? Like I said, I can use it as area denial. I can shoot around corners like this, I guess. Kind of like if there's a guy behind, like if there's a guy like here, I can just give him cancer. We're assuming there's no like that. But of course, everyone knows that. That's just how grenades work. They bounce off walls and, you know, that kind of good stuff. So I can kind of try to flush people out with this kind of thing by shooting it on corners. I can just prevent you from coming in by doing this. And of course, if you try to push me, I can kind of keep a preemptive mine here and then it's like, okay, he's got 5 shots, and then he's reloading, and you can hear me reload as well. You push me, I mine you, I should be reloaded by the time, and that will lead a setup into killing you instantly with the conc mine. But of course, like I said, that's just the grenade. That's just what the grenade launcher is capable of. As a whole, let's get into the concussion mine, which is the main thing. So skip to this section if you just want to hear about the concussion mine, which is usually what I'm going to be referring people into this thing, right? The concussion mine, character's not possible without it. So for starters, it's his movement. Everybody knows it's his movement. It moves him at I think it's a 45-degree angle. It varies, or it doesn't vary. It doesn't fucking vary. I should get to that in a second. I think it's a 45-degree angle is what shoots you at. I don't really care. You can, of course, change the angle depending on how you move. Kind of move a little bit, but even then, you're still a bit limited because you're just jumping really... It's basically just a super jump. And then when you're done with the super jump, you're in free fall. And at that point, there's not much movement. So doing this against something like a Widowmaker, I tend to try to avoid using this mobility option as much as possible when a Widow is active. So there's this fucking sniper bot that scared the shit out of me earlier. And he's a fucking useless bitch. I tried testing him a little bit earlier. He's fucking useless. As long as I keep moving, he can't hit me. What even is the point of that shit? But yeah, if there was an actual Widow standing right there, and I launched like this, I'm dead. I'm dead. I am dead. There's no exceptions. That Widowmaker should be flamed in trash talk if they can't hit a fucking Junkrat doing some shit like that. Right? Any decent Widowmaker with their salt, instant one tap to the head, I'm dead. No exceptions. That should just be a fucking standard. You shouldn't expect Widowmakers to miss. If there's a Widowmaker on the enemy team, or even a Hanzo, right? Don't be doing this shit. Don't be doing this shit. Maybe you can get away with it with Ash and McCree. Maybe they do. Maybe. But yeah. It always shoots. Basically, this thing is really weird. So I'm gonna set this trap here as basically a reference to where we're always gonna start right here, or I'm always gonna throw my mine right here. No matter how I do this, it's always gonna shoot me at the same angle. And that's the very weird thing about this concussion mine is it always shoots me at the same angle. So right here, and then we'll tag it to know where we land, right? Boom. Do this again, right? Let's stand a little bit farther back. I did gain some distance, but that was about the distance that I did this on. So watch this. This one's also cool. So if I stand, this is about where I should be standing. Basically the same distance. And I threw it upwards as well. How should I throw this time? Throw it forward. Same exact spot. No matter how I throw this thing, whether it's down, whether it's already on the floor, whether it's in front of me, whether it's above me, it's always going to throw me at the exact same angle. Does not fucking matter. No exceptions. You might say that this hurts his depth. You might say that this is a bad thing. The reason for this is understandable, and it is good. While it would be kind of fun if it shot me at any angle, basically just pushed me in the opposite direction of where the mine is, there's a lot of fucked up shit that would be possible, and I think it would honestly make Junkrat worse in a lot of ways as well. It would make him better in the aspect of mobility, but it would give him more mobility than the character needs, and it would make the character a completely different character in so many ways. On top of that, it would also make his offense a little bit weaker, and I'll get to that in a sec. So, because it always has a set angle, there is like a weird fucky thing you can do. Like I said, if you do something, there is a way to do it where you can shoot yourself at a more vertical angle than a horizontal, or a more horizontal angle than a vertical angle, right? There's a really fucking weird way to do this. But it's such a bitch to do. Forget how you do it. Because I remember I used to do this when there was Widowmakers. I think you kind of have to, like, I don't know. Maybe there has to be, like, an object. It's some weird physics shit that's clearly not meant to be in the game. fuck if I remember it, but there is some way to get just horizontal mobility. And I think, like I said, it's more or less an exploit that is like, that's not supposed to be in the game. But fuck if I remember how to do it, because it's situational, it's hard to do. It was basically, God, I don't even know if there's a way to, because I've never seen anyone do this except for me. Because I remember it was some weird exploit with the physics that I basically was like, okay, I can do this with Doomfist to get a shit ton of horizontal mobility. Because it was like some kind of weird rollout. And I was like, okay, I can do this with Doomfist to get some kind of weird... I think it had to do something with railings. I think there's a way to, like, fucking do some weird shit with railings. I don't remember. It doesn't really matter. That's not the point that I'm trying to make here. But yeah, there's a way to basically just transfer over horizontal mobility. Fuck if I can find it right now. But it had to do something with weird fucky physics and clearly was not like an intended thing that they wanted Junkrat to be doing. And the reason they don't want Junkrat to get so much horizontal mobility is, the first one is that would be super fucked up. It would give him so much mobility because basically what you'd allow him to do is, not only would it make it where it's like, okay, if there's a Widow around, I can't use this. I'm dead if I use this ability, right? So my mobility options are very limited here. I cannot do all of that when there's a Widowmaker around. However, if I was able to basically throw it downwards, and then that would push me in basically the opposite direction of that, or just push me in the opposite direction of wherever I throw this thing, that would cause a lot of really fucked up situations with Widowmaker. Or not Widowmaker, but just getting a lot of horizontal mobility, making it where I don't even need to take that risk of launching myself in the air and being sniped by a Widow, or just coming out of cover in general, to have my movement ability. And on top of that, you'd be able to basically get a unusual amount of horizontal mobility, because you'd essentially be able to wave dash in a way. If you were really good with this thing, you could essentially jump, throw the mine behind you, shoot, launch the mine, and it would push you downwards, pushing you to the floor. You could cancel all of that momentum, or not cancel the momentum, but cancel landing on the floor with a jump, kind of like how you would do with Doomfist's charge fist into a jump, right? Basically cancel that, keeping all of your momentum, but not finishing it. And then basically, like I said, it would cause a super jump, allowing you to basically do it and then do it again with a second mine, allowing you to essentially wave dash, right? That would be super fucked up. That would be so fucked up for so many reasons. You could go boom, and then turn around again, cancel jump, boom. And it would, I'd imagine what it would look like is something like rocket jumping from TF2, but a little bit more fucked up. So that's the thing. You'd only get 2 of them. I don't think it would be too strong. It would be kind of fun. But that is one reason that they maybe wanted to avoid that and gave a set angle for it. The other reason is the angle that I give here, the angle that I have set to myself when I use this concussion mine, is the same angle that is applied to enemies. Everything this concussion mine does to me, it does exactly the same to the enemies, except for it does a bit of damage as well, right? You can see this right here. Ah, fuck, that wasn't straight on. Hold on, come on back, come on back, come on back. Come here. All right. Let me get straight on with her. My ultimate's ready. All right. Because I want to show you. Yeah, it's good enough, right? Same exact angle. You can see she always stays at the exact same level that I am the entire way. The entire way that we are flying backwards, she is staying at the exact same level I am. So, what this means is this gives, not only does this give my flight, when I use this ability, a predictable nature, but gives the enemies a predictable nature as well. They will always kind of fly in the same general angle. Now, they will fly in different directions, which may make it where it's like, okay, I have to shoot just straight forward. Or they will fly like sideways like that, or something along those lines. But what this means is this means that they are predictably flying in a predictable pattern, which would allow me to essentially set up where I'm going to shoot this if I wasn't a fucking fraud. Like I showed before. Boom. Boom. Oh, Fuck, I am a fraud. There we go. Something like that. But I can basically set up where I'm going to launch you with this. Right? And that is the main reason that it is set an angle. Right? Very, very, very important. Because if I didn't have that set angle, it would be... You can react to it. You can react to it. The issue is... God, okay, I'll go into the whole angle setup game more in depth later, but there's a lot more I want to talk about with the concussion mine. I'll do that later, actually. Because there's so much I want to talk about that, because that is a very, very important thing for Junkrat to be able to do. Second thing is, like I said, not only is it mobility, like we already discussed here, but it's CC. As you saw, it boops the enemies. So, first easy thing to do, push the enemies back. Nice and simple. If I don't want you in my face, if you're coming here, boom. Get out of my face. I don't want you here. If you're pushing up on our team, and I don't want you to be engaged, I'll throw you back. You're going to have to use a mobility tool to get back to the team fight, wasting one of your utility, or you're just a slow motherfucker, and you're just going to have to take a little bit longer to get back, right? Someone like Reaper, right? So if I throw you back here, you're going to have to walk back. Like, it's not like a fucking mile or anything. It's not like you're getting sent back to spawn. I'm not fucking Atlas, right? But, I mean, it's still going to take you away from the team fight and make someone like Reaper's day a little bit harder, especially if he intends to Death Blossom, right? So this is very good against someone like Reaper, who, like I said, Reapers love Death Blossom. They're very obvious when they want to Death Blossom as well. So if Reaper comes up, starts pushing up weirdly with his team, and is in front of his tank, I know he has Death Blossom at that point. If he's just, like, he's not shooting anyone, he's just walking straight at us, you know, not doing shit, and it's just like, back the fuck up. Or he's going to shadow fade in, and I can just be like, okay, I'm going to be prepared to do that shit, and then hopefully he's not going to fucking shoot my conc mine. But I'm not trying to do, like, a whole fucking video essay on how to deal with Reaper with Junkrat in that specific matchup. That's not what this is about. So, important CC tool. Knocks them back, boops them. You can boop them off cliff. Basically use it like Lucio. Use it like Lucio, right? I can boop you off a cliff. Boom. You're dead. Right? A lot like Lucio. Ilios, good. Hanamura, good. You know, what's another famous map for Lucio to be booping people and shit? I don't know, Cliffside on Numbani, you know, there's places for boops, right? But, unlike boop is a limited tool. It's a very one-dimensional tool. There's really only one use for it, and that is to push people back. It is to push people off cliffs. This thing, I can do this, but I can do a lot more with it as well. Like I said, we already said it's a mobility tool, and I can essentially, if you're right up in my face, we can create a lot of distance like this, right? A lot of distance. Right? Sends you back, sends me back. This is good. I don't want to be here. If you're up in my face, I don't want to be here. Right? So this can be useful as well, for those reasons too. But not only can I push, not only can I do all of that, but I can pull with it too. I can essentially pull you into my team. Almost like a Roadhog hook. Not like a Roadhog hook. And there's a couple ways to do this. There's more like three ways. First of all, I can set a preemptive mine, right? It's in front of you. Boom. If, let's say, my team's here. This is my team. We're going to assume that the yellow line here is Reinhardt. We have a Reinhardt, right? That's him. He's got his shield here. And then this is the enemy team. Oh, he's going to walk into that shit. I should. Actually, I'll switch it up. T. And then you... This is my team. This is my team. That's enemy team is... Fuck it, this one. This is enemy team, so we can see it. So, like I said, I can set a preemptive mine if the enemy team is a bit farther back. Like, if the enemy team's here, or this doesn't really happen in a team fight, but more if we're isolated. If this guy's pushing up on me, I can pull you like this. This can happen with the frontline tank. Like I said, someone like Reinhardt. If Reinhardt's pushing up, then I can leave. If we're moving backwards, we're giving up space, and there's a Reinhardt pushing towards us, I can pull him in like this. That's a bad use of the mine. Doesn't work. Very rarely works like that. Not only do they have to be completely oblivious to this mine. Because anyone, they're just going to see the mine and just instantly destroy it. It's not going to last more than 2 seconds. I don't know why you would not destroy a mine like that. It's careless. It's not going to happen. The only scenarios where something like that kind of works is if I'm getting pushed up, if I'm alone, right? If I'm running, right? This is me running for my life. And there's a Genji, a Tracer, a Reaper, something spooky following me, right? And I throw this mine here. He comes here. He's standing right here. Boom. Launch him and then move him backwards. The issue with this is, what's the point? What's the point in that? Because I'm likely not going to have a team. I might have a support with me. That could be useful. But putting them in a scramble, like 1v1 situation, putting someone behind me doesn't really do me any good. It really doesn't. Unless my team is like right around that corner. Unless, you know, I'm right here, right? The enemy's right here, and my team's like right around this corner or something. They're all going to come in here. And then it might give me a few seconds if he's here and now I'm here instead. And that might be like, but that's situational. That's so situational. So a preemptive mine like that to pull an enemy in doesn't really work. 2 other ways. I can throw it either over you, like this. That one works very well, but does have its issues. It has its own issues, right? Or throw it behind you. That one I kind of fucked up because I booped myself as well. That wasn't intended, but it did work. I can throw it behind you. 2 ways to throw it behind you. I can just, if this little bitch would stand still. Just throw it to the side like that if I didn't fuck it up. You can kind of cut an angle, because the faster you do it, the less likelihood that it's going to fuck it up, because they're going to be positioned more along with you, right? They're not going to have as much time to reposition or react to the mine, right? So I can cut an angle, kind of like that. Try not to boot myself with it as well. I was able to do it earlier. Yeah, cut an angle. Boom. There we go. That was a good one, right? So I can cut an angle like that. Try to essentially throw it. I don't want to walk forward towards him now. When I do this. Right. Boom. Just like that. That's one of my options. That one works really well. That's the best one. I think if you can cut that angle really well and you're good at doing that, that's the best option to pull the enemies in, is cutting your angle like that. Very good. Very strong. They said, and you knock him back like that, my team's right here, rips him apart. The other one is like I said, I can throw it over them. The issue with this one, and why I don't like it, and why I prefer to do the cutting angle, fuck me, if I could fucking figure out how my mind works, is if I do this one, I'm throwing it too far, am I? Right? The issue with this one, and the reason I don't like it, and why I prefer the cutting of the angle, is because if I do this one, and I do it, it just bounces off them, right? If I hit them. That's why I need to either throw it to the side of them or throw it above them. Right? I need to do that, or else this isn't going to work. Right? And the thing is if he's moving backwards, like he already is, and I try to throw it above his head, it might bounce off him. Because I need to throw it, if I throw it too high, like if I throw it up here, I'm never going to hit him. Oh, that one worked. See, that's an example of it actually working. Right? But if I throw it like, you know, if I'm trying to throw it like here, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So I need to get him right above his head. I don't really know the Training Bots hitbox here. But yeah, right above his head. I need to give him a haircut here. Or else it's not going to work. Too high. Throw it too high. Nothing. Nada. Nothing here. Throw it too low. It's just going to bounce off him. And bouncing off him isn't horrible. I can, you know, just boop him backwards here, but that's not what I want, because booping him backwards doesn't do anything. That doesn't give me any real advantage. unless he's the aggressor and I fear that I might die in the scenario, like I said with a Reaper. This Reaper trying to push me is a valid reason to use this. However, if my team's behind me right here, I want them to rip him the fuck apart. And booping him backwards, booping him back into the team, if we're doing a team fight here, he's just going to get healing. He's going to be right back. It solved nothing. Nothing really changed by me doing this. But if I push him towards my team, he's not getting healing. He's fucked if he's here. He's going to... that is blood in the water right there. And he is going to get ripped apart, right? Unless my team is completely fucking incompetent. So, like I said, it's much better to do this, right? But like I said, if he backs up, when I do this, it leads there. And it's not as instantaneous. It's not like cutting the angle, because cutting the angle, if I'm just close, that's almost unreactable. There's not much you can do. Maybe if you're Tracer, you can see, oh, he threw the mine, teleport to the side. But like, if you don't have a movement ability, there's nothing you can do about that. You can't react to that fast enough to move out of the way with just walking. If you don't have a really fast movement ability like an anime slice, like Genji, or a Tracer or something like that, right? That's where the cutting the angle is better. It's faster. It's more efficient. It has less chances to fuck up. This thing, if they move backwards too much, boom, bounces off them. Well, fuck me, right? And if they move forwards, then I might throw it too high, or I might throw it too far, and at that point I just wasted a mine. And his mines are, well, he gets them really fast. You see how many I'm throwing. It's, I think, a 6-second cooldown. I could throw both of them. 7-second cooldown. Maybe 8 seconds. But yeah. No, that's a 7-second cooldown. It's a 7-second cooldown. Very fast. And he gets 2 of them. But the thing is I need them for everything. I need them to kill. I need them to move. I need them to use CC. It is my everything. This is my lifeline. And I need them to even be able to hit my shots. To even be able to hit my grenades, I'm going to need these mines. These mines are essential part of my game plan. And without them, my game plan doesn't work, right? That's why I need these, right? And if I'm dead, if I'm here in 0 mines, I'm fucked here. Almost any character is going to win that matchup, unless I get really good with those mines, really lucky, or they just get too close. But like I said, characters that are going to get too close to me are characters like Genji, characters like Tracer, characters like Reaper, characters like, I don't fucking know, Torbjorn or some shit. These characters are going to fuck me up before I can get 2 shots. This is a pretty slow fire rate. Does a lot of damage. At point blank, I still got to hit you twice. Doesn't matter how far you are, I got to hit you twice. Tracer or Reaper or Genji, on the other hand, they're point blank. They're going to fuck me up. On top of that, they get crits. I don't. Like, let me see. I haven't seen Reaper in a while. I haven't played Reaper at all in Overwatch 2. So let me see just what Reaper's capable of at point blank. Because he certainly shoots a lot faster than Junkrat here. He shoots almost twice as fast. Headshot. Oh, wow. You're instantly fucking dead. Good fucking game. I can't get this with Junkrat. If he's farther, though, I'm at a bit of advantage. Fuck. Why is Reaper so fucked up? What? Huh? This is still good range, bro. Why is this character so fucked up all the time? I swear to God, every time he is more fucked up every time I fucking boot this game up. This character is so stupid. Anyway, like I said, not winning that fight. Reaper here, not winning that fight. Even if he doesn't insta-fucking kill me like that, even if he doesn't just insta-fucking kill me with 1 shot here at point-blank range, he's still shooting faster than I am, and even if he just goes for body shots and doesn't give a fuck, he's going to kill faster than Junkrat. Any day of the week. Any day of the week. At point blank with no mine, that's an unwinnable matchup for Junkrat here. Reaper doesn't need his abilities to kill. His abilities are to position himself in a way so he can get close enough to you to fucking instantly kill you. Reaper is tag. That is what this character is. He's fucked up. He's stupid. He's poorly designed. Junkrat, on the other hand, I don't work like that. Junkrat doesn't work like that. Being close doesn't change my damage. Do the same amount of damage long range as close range. It just increases the odds of me being able to hit you. And I need these mines for everything. So if I'm out of mines, that's a no good situation. That's a really no good situation. So I don't want to waste. I want the full amount of potential out of every single mine. Supply and demand. And while the supply for Junkrat's mine might be super high, the demand for it is even higher. And that's the truth, right? He needs these fucking mines. So, I already talked a little bit about how he needs them to kill. Wait, am I missing anything with the mines as well? We'll get to mine combos and other shit after this. Well, I already talked a little bit about how he needs them to kill. For starters, I can do, like I said, there's this. This is a classic. Any fucking Junkrat should be able to do this. It's super easy. You just shoot, left click, throw a mine, cancel your recoil with the mine, detonate the mine instantly. We'll kill anyone. We'll kill any normal health guy, any non-tank, I think. Might have changed in recent times because they've been fucking with health. I don't know where everyone's health is at. I don't care. Doesn't matter. So, like that. Simple, easy, effective. Anyone can do this. But, like I said, all I need to do is either hit you with a grenade and then hit you with a mine. Or hit you with a mine and then hit you with a grenade. That's it. That's all I need to do to kill you. Those are my win conditions. Damage isn't really a factor for Junkrat. When I play Junkrat, I don't think of damage. I don't think of the raw DPS I'm capable of. I think of just hitting you twice. I just want to hit you twice. That's all I need. That's all I'm going to do. Hit you twice. Right? So, as we said, shoot mine, you're dead. Just like that. Maybe not bronze. Bronze are kind of retarded. I don't know how the ranks work right now. There's so much rank inflation. I don't know where the fuck everyone's supposed to be or how good players are. But I'm sure bronze has to be unusually bad, considering that gold is now the new bronze. The average rank is gold, when it used to be the average rank is bronze. That's fucking terrible, but this video is not about rank inflation. So, any fucking silver level, low but not bottom level Junkrat should be able to do this, and will be doing this all the time. This is what they want, and this is why you'll see a lot of Junkrats play Junkrat like he's some kind of close range DPS. He's really not. He's more of a mid range DPS. I mean, honestly, he's a good close range DPS as well. But a lot of Junkrats will only play him like he's Reaper. And a lot of times they'll feel like when Junkrats are playing at a low level, they feel like Reaper players. Right? Where they're just holding down, they're holding down W. The whole time they're holding down W, right? And they're fucking chasing you. They're chasing you like this, right? They're on the prowl. They're coming for you. And then they just left click in the fucking mine. And they will overextend themselves and just like that. That's all they want. Low-level Junkrat players do that shit, and that's really the only thing they think about a lot of times. See it a lot in silver. That's how silver Junkrat players play. Bronze Junkrat players just do this. This is all bronze Junkrat players know how to do, and then they'll only use their mind for mobility, and then just fucking do this more. This is what bronze looks like. Silver, it looks more like this. I'm coming for you. I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna do bad things to you. And they get behind you and they rape your booty hole, right? That's how that looks. And then maybe a bit of this, but that's the beginner shit. But like I said, the issue with that is you got to get close. The issue with that is you got to get point blank close to get this. But if you're point blank, there's nothing they can do about this. I don't care what character they're playing. There's really nothing they can do about this. They're fucked. It happens so fast. You can't react. You're dead. You're dead immediately. It's just instant. It's instantaneous. second thing. But of course, don't think of it so limitedly, right? Because a lot of times, what I try to avoid is getting that bounce back off the instant kill. Because you can just do that. That's fine. That's more than fine. Hit once, mine. That's all I think about. All I think about when I want to kill is I just need one hit into mine. As long as I can get that one hit, it's super easy. And the thing about mine, and what makes mine so good is this, people think of this as people call it a grenade. They refer to it as a grenade. It's a grenade launcher. And yeah, it shoots grenades. Yeah, it shoots explosives. They're not grenades. This is not a grenade launcher. This is not, it really isn't. It's a ball. He shoots balls is what he shoots, not grenades. This, while he does have an explosive, like, fuck. Oh, God damn it. I'm trying to get it to, like, I'm trying to get it not to, yeah, while it does explode over time, it's like, look at this. There's no blast radius here. There's damn near no blast radius here. Right, how close can I get to Tracer without hitting her? Look at that. There's no splash. There really is no splash with this thing. And how long it takes so long. That's like 25 damage, even if they're in the splash radius here. It's not a grenade. This isn't a fucking grenade. So you can't use it like a grenade, right? A grenade, if you're standing right here, and I'm here, I can shoot a grenade here. It'll detonate right here. You're dead. And I'll be able to do a bit of damage. I can't do that. Right now, I can do something similar. I can do this, but they're just bouncy balls that do damage. They have more aligned with something like Sigma than an actual grenade. Sigma's balls. They have more aligned with something like Sigma's balls than an actual grenade. And what you want to do is you want to just directly hit them. You need to directly hit them with these grenades. Don't think of them as grenades, but think of them as just bouncy balls that you want to hit them with. And because of this, they'll pretty much only detonate on a direct impact. If I miss this, it's useless. It doesn't do anything if I miss it. I need to hit them directly in order to get use out of this. But the advantage of the concussion mine is I don't. I need to hit you spot on here if I want to hurt you with this grenade launcher. If I miss a little bit... Huh. Hitbox is bigger than I remember. Wow. Hitbox is very big. If I miss even a little bit, like... Motherfucker. If I missed even a little bit, like here, right? Just a tiny bit. Just a tad bit. Not going to work. Right? Concussion mine... Doesn't matter. I can be ignorant as fuck with concussion mine. Right? I need to be precise here. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. So all I need to do is I can hit you once, and then after this, I don't need to be precise at all. I just need to hit you with that. And this can allow you to... It's very good against someone like Tracer, because as long as I hit Tracer, I don't even need to look at you. I don't even need to look at you. She can be zipping all over the place. Right? I hit her once, she just gets tagged by one random thing. I'm not even going to look after that. I don't give a shit. This thing has such a big blast radius, it does not matter. So it is very good at finishing off enemies. And that is what you should use it for. It shouldn't be your raw damage, right? So yeah, this thing secures so many kills and is your main way to secure kills. Because if I got someone who's slippery and I just get lucky with a hit, and I can't hit them, right? They're slippery as fuck. They're playing Tracer, they're playing whoever. I can't hit them at all. And it's like, oh shit, I just need to secure this kill. You tagged them already. On top of that, like I said, this concussion mine is faster than this, right? So let him die. It's faster. Hold on. I can throw this thing a lot farther. It doesn't have as far of an angle. It has a more, what's the word? Punishing angle, I guess. A more... smaller angle than this thing, right? If I'm just aiming right like here, it's not going to go as far. You know what I mean? But it throws a lot faster too. So, it's very, very good at securing kills. But as I said, because it has so many uses, not only because it is my mobility and I need this to get around the map vertically and horizontally, not only is this my CC, then I need this to push as well as to pull enemies. Fuck, that didn't work, right? And not only do I need it to push, but as well as to pull enemies. That didn't work either. You saw it before. I don't give a shit to do it again, right? Not only is it my CC, not only is it my space and crowd control, not only is it my movement, but it is also my win condition, and it is also my way to secure a kill. It is very good at that, and it is very ignorant as well. But every time I use it for one of these purposes, not using it for the other. And this means I have to choose how I want to use this mine. And this is why he has 2 mines. And this is why they have such a small cooldown. But you still find yourself running out of mines all the time if you aren't thinking about how you're using these mines. You got to be clever with the mines too. You can't just throw them around whenever you feel like it, because sometimes it's not worth it. If I'm in a scenario like, I don't know, if I'm close quarters, like let's say this is all walled off, and I'm like here, yeah, this is a good place, right? I don't need my mines to kill this guy, right? I'm trying to miss on purpose so I can kind of like, but like I don't need my mines to kill him here. If he's not something like too lethal, like a fucking Reaper or something, right? But like if I'm back here, if I hit him, God, get the fuck out of the way. If I hit him once. Fucking bitch fucked up the whole thing. God damn it. Let's restart. I wish I could turn some of these motherfuckers off. Like, if I'm like back here and I tag him once and now I think he's gonna get away, secure that kill with a mine. Secure that kill with a mine. Every single time. I'm not letting you get away. I'm not letting you get away. Alright? He's here. He sees me in here. He's like, oh, I don't like being here. This stupid fucking tank bot fucked that up. Okay. He's here. He sees me in here. He's like, oh shit, I don't want to be here. Secure the kill. Don't let him get away. If he turns around that door, let's say he's Pharah or whoever, right? He turns that door. He's Pharah. He's Genji. He's Tracer. He turns around that door. He's gone. I'm never seeing him again. Next time I'm seeing him, he's behind a Reinhardt shield. And I might not be able to secure this kill here with this, but I can sure as hell secure it with that. And that's the advantage of it. But if I blew all of it on movement, if I blew all of it on pushing people around for no reason, like I said with the thing, if I'm trying to pull you in, I'm going to pull you in. And if I fuck it up, and I just push you, and I just push you back to your team, and you just get healing, what is the point of that? What is the point of that? I just fucked everything up. There's no point in that. That's pointless, right? And I just wasted a mine. And these mines are so useful because I can, boom, secure a kill. And I don't even have to think about it either. Like I said with the Tracer, I can just be ignorant. Tracer's on top of me. As long as I hit her once, secure the kill. Just like that. That is what it's for. That is very good use for the mine, is don't let him get away. I just need to hit you once, and I win. But you don't need, here's the crazy thing, and here's what makes this really cool and gives you a choice. As I said, I either have to hit you with a shot, and then a mine, or I hit you with a mine and then a shot. Given that they do the same, they've always done about the same amount of damage, and have always been about a 2-hit kill, both of them in combination. There's never been a point where they're not, right? So, this means, and let me switch to Doomfist real quick. This is how Doomfist used to work, is Doomfist works off combos. Can't really show it right now, but there is some stuff I might want to show you with Doomfist right now here, with Tank Doomfist. Old Doomfist, his whole design, I could make a whole video. Well, I'm already going over the good and bad design here with Doomfist, so I should be talking about that. But yeah, old Doomfist, in a nutshell, the way he worked is his abilities were all dog shit. He had Charge Punch, which was dog shit by itself. He had Seismic Slam, which was dog shit by itself. It went nowhere. He just basically tapped the ground, and it did like 10 damage by itself, right? He had Uppercut, which did, I think, 75 damage, I want to say, and was kind of dog shit by itself. And then, you know, Charge Fist, it's good. It was good by itself, and it's crazy that it doesn't kill anymore. That's fucking insane. Wow. It doesn't kill. That's crazy. Yeah, Charge Fist, I can't believe they fucking removed it killing. I did feel like it was kind of weird when I was using it earlier. That's fucking why. It doesn't insta-kill you anymore. Yeah, Charge Fist used to insta-kill you if you hit you at the wall, if you fully charged it. And it was quite interesting, right? Hit you at the wall, he fully charged it, you're dead. That shit did... I think they fucked with the damage a lot, because at some points I think it did like 150, and then other points it did like 200. It just instantly killed you, you're fucking instantly dead. They fucked with it here and there, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, Charge Fist, hit you against the wall, you're instantly dead. However, the issue with Charge Fist, and Charge Fist may seem the best, like his best move, stand alone. The issue with Charge Fist was he just turns himself into a projectile here. It worked basically the same way that it does now. It did more damage, though, which is fucking embarrassing to say. Can this motherfucker stop going on Tabletop Simulator on and off over and over again? He's fucking up my video. I swear to God. If he goes on Tabletop Simulator one more time, I'm messaging him on Discord. Okay. But this thing is shit by itself. And the reason it's shit is because everyone knows I'm doing it the moment I start doing it. The moment I start doing it, Doomfist sounds like he's a bricked up animal that is in heat and he's about to fucking bust, right? He's going, He sounds like he's having the best nut of his fucking life. He sounds so sexually frustrated, right? And everyone can hear it, and they can hear the bzzz when he's doing it as well. So the moment he does this shit, he's glowing, he's coming, he's fucking grunting, he's loud, he's bright, and he's fucking obvious as shit the moment he starts doing it, right? But if you got hit with it, you're dead. So, if he's charging this all the way, he's essentially turning himself into a big fucking projectile, right? And if their team's all right here, let's say by this tank, and I'm going to punch that guy and I miss, oh fuck, I'm in the middle of the team. And back then in old Doomfist, I'm either going to have to uppercut and then into Seismic, or I'm going to have to ult out of the way. Those are my only two options here. Uppercutting the Seismic or ult to get out. Right, and if I don't have uppercut or seismic, I need uppercut and seismic to get out, right? Or I don't have ult, I just fucked myself. I really just went and fucked myself. That's not good. That's really not good, right? So, basically, and that's basically how Doomfist used to work, was all of his abilities were pretty much dog shit. But together, used in combination and used correctly, they created something very, very strong, right? And the way that Doomfist's Charge Punch worked is you weren't supposed to use it raw. You can use it raw. It does work raw, and it is good raw. But you kind of need to already get them a bit frazzled. You kind of already need to, one, you also need to predict where they're going to move next. And if you fuck it up, the risk reward is not great, because if you fuck it up, you're just going to kill yourself if you don't have the right resources. And if you don't, if you fuck it up and you do have the right resources, do you really want to waste those resources? Do you really want to waste your ult or both of your other abilities and have to wait like 10 seconds to be back into the fight and to be basically usable again? No, you don't. So it was a very risky thing to just go in and raw punch like that. You needed to set it up with either uppercut or slam. And the way slam works is now it's fucking useless. It's a stupid fucking move that has no reason to exist and has no cohesion whatsoever, and they've essentially just turned him into Winston too. But Seismic Slam used to. It did a whole lot of things, but in short, it would knock them up a little bit. It would bounce them up a little bit, and they go, ugh. Basically force them to jump, in a way. And by forcing them to jump, they would be slowed a little bit. They wouldn't have all that mobility. It's basically like if they force them in neutral jump like this, right? Like that. And they're forced in this position. And then at the climax of their jump, they can get a bit of movement, kind of like this, I guess, right? It's not fun to be hit with a Seismic Slam kind of like that. So it forced them to pop up a little bit. And basically what this did is this gave Doomfist a choice. What he could do after a Seismic Slam is it pretty much guaranteed a 2 charge punch, right? 2-bar charge punch. This was pretty much guaranteed every single time if he hit you with Seismic Slam. However, if he wanted to, he could hold it a little bit longer, but this gives you the option to escape, right? So the guaranteed option, which was not as good, was, you know, Seismic Slam into charge punch and just get it like halfway there, right? Don't charge it up all the way. But if he wants to fully charge it or make it hurt, if he wants to kill you with it, then he's running the risk of you using a movement ability, of you being able to retaliate, of you being able to escape, and then ruining the whole thing. And that's especially not good, because if he Seismic Slams you, and then he's going to charge up, and he's going to charge up all the way, and then he goes to punch, and you move out of the way, he just wasted 2 abilities. All he has left is Uppercut, and maybe his primary shot. Which his primary shot you have to think of as abilities as well. So, fuck me if I do this. So I want to get that guaranteed thing. But sometimes, like I said, you can get away with a full charge punch, right? But that's not the point. And then Uppercut, pretty much guaranteed you could get about 3 hits. Right? You could get about, 3 charges on it. Right? That's the point of the bars. The point of the bars is to let you know how much you can get. There's no point of this bar being here anymore with all of the little tabs. This bar is a relic of the past. This bar with the 4 tabs here is a relic of the past, and the point of that was a tool to know what you could and couldn't get off certain moves. Now there's no point in it existing. Now, they could always move after you uppercut, but I mean, unless they have an air movement ability, so they're like Pharah or something like that, or like Junkrat maybe, then they can't really do anything there. Except, I think they're stunned for a little bit. I don't know. But it pretty much, against most characters, it pretty much guaranteed three charges of it, which would fuck up almost anyone. And like I said, you could go in, punch someone, and then kind of like Seismic Slam down. That would kill really anyone. Like, there's so much you could do, so much depth. This video isn't about old Doomfist. I might make some, like, big analysis, kind of like this for old Doomfist. I wish I could go back and play the character and basically do a similar thing that I was doing for Junkrat here with Doomfist, and just kind of fuck around with him and tell you, like, some of the shit that I liked with him. But I can't do that, especially because Doomfist is my second most played character behind Junkrat. Kind of sucks that I can't do that because this character is not even remotely the same as he was. But the point of Doomfist's other moves is they also guaranteed that Charge Fish, which that Charge Fish was kind of a win condition. Junkrat has a very similar thing. Junkrat, just like Doomfist, kind of has combos that force him to get guaranteed hits. Right? So, for starters, if I hit this, let's say I haven't hit a mine, right? You're too slippery, I can't hit this grenade. I do this. I should know, I should be familiar with exactly where you're gonna be when I do this. And I do have some game clips already where I kill a Mercy in her ult. Do that twice, actually. But there's one of them where I kill a Mercy in her ult by hitting her with a grenade. And there's another one where I kill a Lucio with his, while he's using his ult. He goes, fucking, let's break it down or whatever, right? And he's mid-air while his ult, and I'm able to hit him with a grenade. And you might think, wow, that's a really impressive shot. Mercy flying around with her ult all up here, or Lucio miles in the fucking air, being able to use his break it down. Forget what the fuck it's called, actually. Sound wave. Sound barrier. Something like that, right? That's an impressive shot to be able to hit. It's not, actually. And it wasn't just instinct. And the way I was able to hit that is because I set it up. I set it up just like how Doomfist would set up a charge punch with an uppercut or a seismic slam. And I set it up using this mine. This mine I should be familiar with because it sets you at a 45-degree angle always. I'm assuming it's 45 degree. It might not actually be 45 degree, but I'll just say it is. Because it sets you at the same angle always, right? No matter what. No exceptions. Some exceptions, maybe, right? Because it always sets you at the same angle, I should know exactly where you're going to go and where you're going to land. Now, there is a little bit more to it because you can move in the air, and the enemy can move in the air as well. But I'll get to that in a second. But basically, I should know exactly where you're going to land. And any decent Junkrat player, any intermediate level Junkrat player, any Junkrat player who's in gold, should be able to hit you like that before you touch the ground. If you can't hit an enemy before they touch the ground, you're no fucking Junkrat player. Any gold Junkrat player should be able to do this. And if you're a gold Junkrat player and you can't do this, you should feel fucking embarrassed. Any gold Junkrat player should be able to do this. Simple as that. However, this has its problems. I like to think of it kind of like, I don't know if any of you guys play Tekken. I don't know if you're Tekken fans here, but the Electric Wind God Fist. Kazuya has this move called the Electric Wind God Fist, which is the cool people move and is a very famous signature move of Kazuya Mishima, and is an essential part of his character. He really wouldn't be the same without it. And basically the way it works is it's just you can think of the electric as a very good move. The thing is it's hard to get. And the reason it's hard to get is because you basically have to do it all in one frame. The way you do it is you have to wave dash. And to wave dash, it is a forward, and then you have to return to neutral. Neutral is what the star means, by the way. For any of you retards, and yes, you are retarded, right? All the people who say, what's the star button? That is neutral. You go forward, return to neutral, down forward. And that will make the Mishima perform a wave dash, right? If you wave dash, then he gets different moves from this. Things such as Hell Sweep, as well as Wind God Fist. Doing his 2, right? 2 is his right punch, right? Doing his wave dash, or CD is what it's referred to by Tekken players. CD stands for crouch dash. Doing CD2 is referred to as Wind God Fist. Wind God Fist is a dog shit penis ass move. It is a high, which a high has many problems being duckable, as well as linear 2. Plus it is -10, meaning it's basically light punishable. You can basically tap him on the shoulder and say, don't do that shit if you do it again. Right? So you can get a 10 frame punish, which is nothing big, but it's still not great to get hit by. Right? So it's dog shit. It has almost every issue you can think of it having, and that's what the Wind God Fist is, right? But if you do all of that in perfectly, frame perfectly, be able to press forward, go back to neutral, and then be able to press 2 the moment you press down forward 2. It has to be the exact same frame, no, not one more frame more, not one more frame less. If you do... and if you do this right, being able to press forward, back to neutral, down forward, and 2 at the exact same frame, then he will perform the Electric Wind God Fist. And the Electric Wind God Fist is plus on block, it is very fast, it is very good, and it hurts like a motherfucker if you can hit it, right? This right here, I think, is very similar in a way to the Electric Wind God Fist, right? If you can't hit this, if you can't hit them before they hit the ground, that's like fucking up your crouch dash, in a way, right? It's like, if you can't do that, like, no, I can't hit him, you know? Then it's like, that's like fucking up your crouch dash as a Kazuya player. No Kazuya player, no real Kazuya player is going to fuck up a crouch dash. No real Kazuya player is going to fuck up a wave dash. It's not happening. Being able to hit an enemy, I can't seem to do it. Being able to hit an enemy before they hit the ground, right, is like doing a Wind God Fist, right? It is basically like any gold intermediate level player should be able to do this. And if you can't do this, you can't even do something as simple as a Wind God Fist, what the fuck are you doing, You know, it's not a hard barrier to do, except for it has so many problems. And the problem with this is, like I said, you still have air mobility before you hit the ground. Fuck, I can't do it. God damn it. I'm such a dipshit. I'm talking so much shit out of my ass, but I can't even fucking do it myself. Hey, I'm retired. I'm retired. I get to be bad. You don't get to be bad. If you're playing this game right now, you don't get to be bad. But I'm retired, so I get to do whatever the fuck I want. That still counts, even though it didn't kill, right? But basically, what was I saying? But basically, you should be able to do this, but it has so many issues. It has so many issues with this because they still have mobility. In a way, I am still... Now, it is very easy to hit. You're still likely going to hit them if you do this, right? However, in a way, this causes a lot of... They still have a lot of options here. Because while they may be free-falling, because they're going to be in basically this position. They're going to be free-falling and have that kind of mobility, right? So they're going to be able to be like, okay, move like that. And they have less mobility as Junkrat, because they actually do get stunned for a little bit when they hit it. Not like McCree stun, like, whoa there. But like, they lose kind of movement for a tiny bit when they get hit with this concussion mine, right? But at the moment that they're done with the climax, which Junkrat doesn't get. Junkrat can move the entire time while he is using this concussion mine. Then they're kind of stuck here, and then when they're at the climax of their jump, they kind of get a bit of movement. And the whole time they can use special moves as well. So if they have Genji, he can double jump. He can, Pharah can fly around. Tracer can Tracer... I think Tracer has to be in contact with the floor to teleport, now that I think about it. I don't know. I don't play Tracer, right? But Reaper can Shadow Fade or do all of that kind of shit, right? So characters with movement abilities still have that as an option. So it's not great. You're not guaranteeing a kill. Now, you're probably likely going to guarantee a kill against characters without movement abilities, without touching the ground. Someone like Lucio, right? You might be guaranteed. Or like Zenyatta or something, right? Or like Torbjorn as well. Might be guaranteed. But the real meat and potatoes here, right? It's not great. It's not great. It has a whole bunch of flaws, but it's a start, right? And if you can do the other one, then there's no reason to do this one. Right? And I fucked it up. There's no reason to do this one. And the other one is essentially the electric. And this is basically being able to not hit them on the way down like that, but being able to hit them on the way up instead. And this one's a bit trickier. And like I said, haven't played this game in 5 years competitively. Last time I played this game competitively was, a couple months after Sigma, around 2019, maybe 2020-ish, probably before 2020 as well. Because by the time Echo came out, I stopped playing the game competitively, and I didn't give a shit about the game. So keep in mind, gotta wear off some rust. But I used to be able to do this almost every fucking time. 90% of the time, would not fuck this up. So let's see if I can still do this. But this is hitting them on the way up. This is a lot harder. Fuck. No. I don't want them to reach that climax of their jump at all. Alright, so let me just pause here for a second, like I said, to try and kind of get my thoughts together, because I'm kind of all over the place right now. Because I'm trying to focus on doing that shit and remembering how it works, while also trying to talk at the same time, and it's a little bit difficult. But basically what I'm doing here, I'll probably just splice some clips together of me actually successfully hitting it. But basically what I'm doing here is... as I said, the goal is to hit them before they even hit the climax of the jump. Don't even give them a chance. This will instantly kill pretty much any enemy. It is super good, super useful, an essential part of Junkrat. Any Diamond player, Junkrat player should be able to do this. If you can't do this consistently, and you're not a Diamond Junkrat player, you are not a Diamond Junkrat main, you should not be in Diamond with Junkrat if you cannot do this. This is the bare minimum for being even Diamond, much less Plat. I've seen, like I said, I could do this shit back in Platinum. I could do this shit a long time ago, right? All the way back before I even took my hiatus. If you watched my 6-hour-long video, which you probably didn't, right? If you watched my 6-hour-long video, all the way back when I took my hiatus, I could do this shit back then, right? Any Junkrat player should be able to do this. especially in platinum or diamond. If you can't fucking do this, if you can't do it consistently all the time, you don't belong there. And that's kind of like how it is in Tekken as well. If you can't do electric wind god fists with Kazuya or any kind of Mishima, and you're in ruler or Fujin, that's not good. That's not acceptable. Any ruler or any violet or blue rank player should be able to do electrics consistently, right? 9 times out of 10 should be able to do this. And that's the exact same thing here. If you're in platinum or diamond or above, you should be able to hit this 9 times out of 10 and be able to do it at different angles, from different positions, from different spaces as well. Not just the same angle over and over and over again, right? And a lot of people, the thing is a lot of people might be like, okay, this is, and as you get better at this, kind of like how I talked in my 6-hour-long video about Marvel Rivals, as you get better in this, you will start to, this will become a subconscious habit. This will become a subconscious habit. You will do this without thinking, and it will become a very useful tool. I've done this subconsciously. Even after 5 years of not playing this game, I was doing this subconsciously without realizing it. There are a couple times where I do this, and I wasn't even thinking about it. I wasn't even trying to do it, and I'm so washed that when I purposely try to do it right now, I can't do it. Can't fucking do it. Right? It is something that is only in the deep recesses of my mind does my brain kind of understand how it works right now. Right? And it's not muscle memory anymore. I can't really just like muscle memory it, but I sort of still understand the concept because I don't have the muscle memory because remember I played on controller. I played on console, right? Not PC. So all my muscle memory is gone, essentially. My fingers won't just move automatically, and my brain's kind of trying to figure out how to rewire and do the same things that I used to do back on console right here, right? As well as, like I said, just Rust in general. I probably couldn't do this on controller either, given the time. So the way that this is basically working is, like I said, it's you got to know, you got to not only be very familiar with how Junkrat's grenade launcher works itself, but also how the angle of his mines boops the enemies. But the thing is a lot of people might just go and flat out say like, oh, that just takes experience. You just got to train on it. You got to get really used to it. Fuck that shit. People who say that shit don't understand how learning works. They don't understand how the human brain works. They don't understand how to improve whatsoever. And the way you want to start basically doing this is, like I said, to some extreme extent, you will need a base on how Junkrat's angles of his conc mine and his grenade launcher works. But what you can use to help you is, the funny thing about Junkrat is he actually, when he uses his concussion mine, he actually leaves an arrow telling you where the opponent is going to go, and that is the smoke cloud. Whenever the concussion mine hits the enemy, they always lead a trail of smoke behind them, showing you exactly the angle that they're hit at. This is a very, very, very useful tool when you're first trying to start learning this thing, because basically what you want to do is you'll want to hit the concussion mine, and depending on the angle, it will depend where you hit that concussion mine, so you'll have to familiarize yourself with how that looks, and it will, like I said, you have to do this in training mode. You have to do this in practice mode the first time you do it. It's very difficult, even for me. Like I said, I used to be able to do this consistently, but right now I just can't fucking do this. And I can't do this without concentrating and focusing on this at all times, right? So basically what I'm going to be trying to do here is I want to look at that smoke cloud, and I want to throw the mine, detonate the mine, and the moment I see that smoke cloud, I want to be focused on that. That's the only thing I'm focused on. And I want to follow that smoke cloud, that trail that the enemy is leaving, and I want to shoot a little bit beyond it. A tiny bit beyond it. And I basically want to just find enough to be able to flick it. And the trick is to throw the mine, left click with the mine, right? Or right click with the mine to detonate it. And then after right-clicking with the mine, be holding down left-click to immediately shoot. The frame after that Junkrat presses down that button, he is shooting. Or at the frame after Junkrat detonates that mine, he is shooting. You should be shooting like that immediately. As soon as you possibly can, the first shot, and that first shot should hit. That is what you are looking for, and you want to follow that smoke cloud and basically just flick it over. right? And it's hard to do. It's hard to do, but it'll take some practice. And a lot of people might say, oh, you're not reacting. You can't do it consistently. I know some fucking top 500 Widow player who doesn't understand how to play the game is, I'm somehow going to get all these fucking experts in my comments telling me that I don't know how to play the game and that's not how Junkrat works. And I have 500 hours on Junkrat, and I'm fucking Grandmaster top 500 Junkrat player, blah, 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 blah. And that's not how his mind works. And you can't react to it. You certainly can. You certainly can, and I'm going to try and be able to do it consistently over and over again, because I know for a fact I can. I used to be able to do this all the fucking time. I used to be able to do this consistently. You can react to that small amount of time you have. You have about, I'd say about half a second to react. That's more than enough time to react. Human reaction, there's a difference between reacting to motion and reacting to a specific thing. Human reaction reacting to motion is roughly about 16 to 18 frames, right? Which is, frames we're saying is 60 seconds. So it's a little bit less than, 1/3 of a second. And then human reaction, if you're actually trying to react to a specific thing, is around 21 on the quickest to about 23, 24 frames-ish, right? 22 frames is a very quick reaction for something like that. Now, there are some variation with reaction times. Some people have better reaction times than others, but a lot of people assume like, oh my god, this guy has such great reaction time. Bullshit. The difference in reaction times are less than a couple frames away. Someone with a very almost superhuman reaction time has about a 16 frame reaction time to motion. Someone with an extremely slow reaction time has about is going to probably be around 25 frames to motion. But the big factor, and there are a couple of different things. Some people say that reaction time might be genetic, that it might be a genetic factor. I don't believe that. I think it's familiarizing yourself with animation and basically being able to see the same things and to automatically react subconsciously to that thing, which helps reaction time. Because if you don't see the thing like ever, like if something comes at you, you're going to be like a deer in headlights. You're not going to know how to process that, and you won't be able to move. But if you've seen it over and over and over again, you'll be able to move without thinking about it. Second thing is also gender matters as well. This is not a fucking... Men have a slightly faster reaction time than women. There's studies on this. I'm not a fucking bigot. This isn't some bigoted statement. This is just a fact, right? There have been studies on this, testing reaction times between men and women. Men, on average, seem to have a faster reaction time than women by a small margin, right? So there are some other factors that contribute to reaction time, but not enough to make it where half a second is unreactable. Half a second surely is reactable, and that's about how much time you've got to do this. How much time you've got to respond and be able to hit this instant hit mine bullshit is about half a second. So that's where we want to start, is we want to start looking at the center of them to kind of just flick over and then shoot them when we can, right? And to kind of just basically quickly flick over. And when we get really good at this, when we get used to this, when we can do this without thinking subconsciously, we'll basically be able to just know where to shoot and just be able to instantly muscle memory just flick over every single time to where they're going to be, and it's going to be a done deal. Like I was saying before, with the shoot into mine, right, is what you want to do, and that's what a lot of beginner low-level players will be doing, is shooting into mine, right? This is good and is very good at close range. However, like I said, it's limited because you need to hit that first hit first. And like I said, sometimes it can be difficult to hit that first hit. So this makes it where your first hit with Junkrat, your first shot, the grenade launcher is not a guaranteed thing. It is difficult to hit sometimes. Sometimes you're just not going to get it. The mine, on the other hand, is very easy to hit. And if you can hit that mine, that grenade launcher, if you can master this and get good at this, that grenade shot is guaranteed. This essentially means that while your grenade shot is originally not guaranteed, and shooting a... Like I said, it's almost unavoidable to avoid the conc mine, right? That's the thing here. It's almost unavoidable to avoid the conc mine, but it is avoidable to avoid a grenade, unless you're point blank, right? However, get it if you're able to master this and make it essentially where the conc mine is, after I hit that conc mine, it combos straight into a grenade, making the grenade unavoidable. All I need to do, if I get really good at this, is all I need to do, my only win condition is to hit a conc mine. That's it. That's it. If I can hit a conc mine, I win. I win 100% of the time. You get really good at this. You get really good at this, and I'm telling you, you're going to be top 2% like that. Top 2% like that. And considering the top 2% is Grandmaster, not half bad. It got me to top 2% when this game was actually good. I guarantee you it can get you to top 2% as well. Just that. All you need to do is hit the conc mine. Now, I don't know the state of the game. I don't know if this is common knowledge. Maybe I look like an asshole, and I'm just like saying, oh, you need to be able to do this, and every fucking gold player be able to do this. But I haven't seen this at all. I haven't seen someone do this since I've been playing back in Overwatch 5 years ago. Haven't seen this one bit, not in any of my matches. Never seen another Junkrat player do this in the history of me playing Overwatch 2. Haven't seen this in a very long time. Haven't seen this since I was playing competitively in Diamond. That was the last time that I saw this. Haven't seen this since. And even in Diamond, I don't see a lot of Junkrats doing this consistently. And it's something that isn't perpetrated enough. Like I said, this shit will get you to top 2%. I almost guarantee it. If you can master all of these abilities, they will get you to top 2%. Super useful. Super, super, super useful beyond belief. Beyond belief. It makes Junkrat extremely powerful. Extremely powerful if you can do this. So, now we got that out of the way. A lot of uses. A lot of uses for Concussion Mine. It's, of course, not only for our vertical and horizontal mobility. Not only can it push, and not only can it pull, but as well as we can use it to secure a kill, or we can use it to, I gotta wait for my shit to come off cooldown to show you, but we can use it to set up a kill as well, right? Boom, boom, like that, right? So, a lot of uses, a lot of uses for this move, right? That's like, what else? What can't this thing do, right? Vertical, horizontal mobility, set up a kill, confirm a kill, push, pull, boop you off the map. You know, what can't this thing do, right? And you might think, well, that's it, right? That's all this thing does. Nah, that's just the tip of this iceberg, right? This thing does it fucking all. That is only including the shit that it does with one mine. Right? Don't forget, you got two, right? So there's a lot more shit you can do with just these two. But right now, there's one more thing that I feel like I didn't come up organically to mention. But let's talk about the depth of this trap before I get into using both of his mines, right? So this trap, everyone knows how it works. It's simple. You walk on it, you're stuck, and then Junkrat will know exactly where you are. And this is good for multiple reasons because, like I said, if Junkrat is far away, so like if I throw the trap here, Junkrat's far away, I kind of have to predict where you're going to move. If you're stuck still, I don't have to do that, right? So I just shoot where you are, and it's easy pickings from there. Second thing as well, that this trap is good for is, I guess if I die, like is there a way I can kill myself? I don't know, other than jumping off the map. Yeah, if I die, actually I can go over here. This is like really situational, and you can't really do this intentionally, but like if I'm here, wow, this sucks. You know what I mean? If I'm here and they trigger the trap and I die on top of the trap, I can get the cluster bombs and that might kill. That's like really the only way to kill with his passive ability. It's gotta be the shittiest passive in the game. It's more there just for like to add personality to the character. It doesn't have that much of a gameplay use other than that. So it's like you don't even think about it, right? His death bombs. But the trap is good as well. It's like I said, you can combine it with his concussion mine, and I can do like this, walk away. I don't even have to think about it. Trap's triggered, he's dead, right? So if I see that trigger and I have my mine on it, I can secure a kill, and that will kill always. Or not always, but against any normal health enemy. So that's super useful for that. Except for it's not the best use of it. I don't really like this use all too much. The moment that I actually do need this concussion mines, I'll do it sometimes on something like defense, right? Or if someone I think is following me, if someone's following me, I'll run away like this, and if they trigger it, then boom, detonate, you know, that kind of thing. But the moment that I need this mine, I'm not going to take priority of this mine over the one on the over the ones in my hand, right? So it's just, it's not that worth it. You know what I mean? What was the second thing? But like I said, it can be useful. This trap can be useful. A lot of times you can just throw it around somewhere in a team fight or an objective, and, you know, you're kind of just hoping someone will walk into it. You don't really think about it. It's a pretty one-dimensional move. It doesn't have that much depth. Like I said, you can use it when you're running away. If you think someone's following you or is going to follow you, you can do that. And hopefully that will slow them down, either them triggering the trap, which might even cause a kill. But if it's something like a D.Va or Winston, you don't want to engage that. So you might just want to use that to run away. As well as if they don't trigger the trap, they might, like if I'm in a doorway, I can't avoid this, right? Unless I have some weird movement ability like I'm Moira or something, I can't avoid this. So I'm going to have to destroy this, which that's going to slow them down as well. Some more than others, like Reaper, he's probably not going to stop moving at all. He's just going to and then keep walking. But, you know, maybe it might slow them down a little bit. You might as well do it like that. Or I can use it to cover flanks. Let's say this is a flank here, like on Blizzard World as an example. Very good on Blizzard World. On defense, first point of Blizzard World, always put it in that hallway. I always put it in that hallway next to the stairs because, like I said, they're going to have to, usually people are going to destroy it or they're going to do something like that. They're either going to destroy it or they're going to trigger it. And that tells me that someone's coming through there. And now I can not only do I know you're coming through there, but also my team will know as well. I can ping there. If I have comms, I can tell my team, hey, they're flanking through, you know, whatever, right? Because this is destroyed or triggered, right? And like I said, I can basically use it as intel. I can use it to cover my ass. I think of it a lot like Legion. Legion is my one of my most played operators on defense, right behind Oryx. Don't ask me why, but Legion is whenever I'm actually sweating my balls off, I'm always playing Legion or Vigil, right? And Legion, that's basically what his thing is. Basically these Legion mine things. They're little poison needles. If they step on it, they act as intel. I see that they're triggered. I know exactly where you are. And as well as it slows you down. You can no longer run if you activate a Legion. And you also have to hold X to remove the Legion as well. Or whatever the fuck it is on PC. Like I said, I played on console. So be nice, right? But yeah, you have to take out the Legion in order to deal with it. So it's whatever it is. And the Junkrat trap can work very similar to this. Now, it's not like Legion because he doesn't get like 6 million like Legion does. He only gets 1, but it's enough to secure, it's enough to cover my bases. You know what I mean? But yeah. But yeah, so I can do that as basically a level of intel, and it's good, like, if, like I said, and especially on Blizzard World, if I trigger that, especially because not only do I know that they're pushing from that position, but the thing is it's very good with Junkrat, because I don't even have to look at you to kill you, right? If you trigger this trap here on this doorway, and I'm, like, here, right? I'm shooting, there's, like, a team fight happening here, right? And then you trigger the trap in this doorway. I didn't see you come from that, right? You trigger the trap. I don't even have to look at you. You know, I could do something like this. That's not going to fucking hit. And this is a weird angle. I've never fucking tried this angle because this is a training mode. But like I said, I can do like that. That works. Yeah, you're dead, right? I can do something like that, right? From that angle to kill you. Same thing, like I said, it works very well in Blizzard World. I put it always at the on the stairs, like, you know, if this is Blizzard World, I'd put it on the stairs here. There'd be a wall, like, here. There's, like, a wall, usually, like, somewhere, like, here. Nah, it just doesn't show up, right? There'd be a wall here, and I could just bounce it off this wall, and then if you're stuck down the stairs, I'm going to hit you with the trap. Now, if it's the whole team flanking, it's not going to do a whole lot. because they're likely going to have a shield tank or something like that, or a diva at the very least, and they'll eat those projectiles. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But like I said, it's intel. This allows me and my team to know, okay, they're not planning to come from the main choke point, and we will be prepared to stop them from this, right? So it's very good. It's very good in that sense. But yeah, that's basically pretty much all I have to say about this. Trap, you can use it with the concussion mine. Not my favorite. Can secure a kill. But like I said, if I have that trap out, if I have this trap out with the concussion mine, and something else important happens, like I need to fight this guy, I'm gonna take priority of using my concussion mine that I have in my hand, using the ones that I have available, than the one in that trap, right? Because as I said, this concussion mine is his everything, right? This is his everything, and everything this character is capable of is only possible because of concussion mine. When you're missing concussion mine, he's really a useless character. That is quite hard to perform without it. So you really need that concussion mine, and that's why you don't take priority of trap mine over, you know, actually being able to fucking use it. So let's get into the next thing. That's pretty much all I need to say for the trap. Very limited use, but it does have its use. It's not the main core part of his character. It doesn't have to be. It's like a side plot in a show, right? This concussion mine, that's the main plot. That's what this character is all about, is the concussion mine, not really the trap. So it's just there as icing on the cake, and not really a main focus of the character. So if, like, let's say, because I think it would just kill the training bots if I try to do this, so I'm going to set it to Roadhog. But you can use 2 mines as well, right? Like I said, this will kill. You're kind of a scrub for doing that. There's no reason to do that, because if you can hit the first mine, you should be able to hit your second shot. Like I said, with all the stuff prior over there, you can use that mine to set up basically a guaranteed shot, unless it's something iffy. But, I mean, like I said, you'll kill them faster by shooting them, boom, and then, you know, if I'm not retarded, I'd be able to hit that. But yeah. But there is a thing you can do, which are mine combos. You can basically combo your mines because you have 2 of them. This is very situational. This I wouldn't recommend telling people. This I wouldn't recommend using, because it's extremely situational, the uses for it. Kind of like the close web. Yeah, I can't fucking do that shit. Kind of like the close web, or horizontal web, or a lot of fucking things with this character. It's situational. It's situational. Don't even bother learning how to do it. But it does have some uses. It's a bit more useful than close web or horizontal web. So, like, hold on. Let me show. Basically, what I'm talking about is, 1, I can just double my distance of how far I want to push you. Fuck, if... God, now I gotta wait forever for my abilities to come off cooldown. I wish they could just, like, turn off the cooldown, like, in training mode. I wish that was a thing. I don't know if that is. But, yeah. 1, if, like, I push you and I don't think, like, if I'm on Elios or something and I push you and I don't think I'm gonna kill you, by pushing you off the map, like, you might live, especially if you're a character with a movement ability like Genji or something, right? Then I might want to use just 2 of them to push you even farther, like I can, like that. You're fucked. You're really fucked at that point. Like, I can do that. But the issue with using 2 mines and why you don't want to do it is, as I said, these mines are everything. Everything about this character revolves around this mine, and without it, none of his shit works, and he's not a very good character without these mines. So, but another thing you can do is you can do, like, fuck, not that. Another thing you can do in the real mine combos when you're not just trying to push someone off the edge, or, like I said, you can just hit them twice if you really, like, don't want them in a team fight at that exact moment, is you can do something like... that didn't go as I wanted to. You can do something like that. You can basically pull them really far backwards as well, right? So can I actually I'm fine with him here. I'm fine with him here. So, like, if I go in and I boom, fuck. God, that was good. That was a good angle too. Shit. Let me do it again. Let me do it again. It's like I gotta wait every fucking time. something like that. I can basically pull you into the enemy team, and secure a kill that way. Like, pull you really deep into the enemy team. Because you might be able to resist 1 mine, but 2 mines, you're, like, basically, you're not in the middle of our team, you're behind our team. Like, if you're someone like Roadhog, you're fucked there, right? So, like, let me do it. Boom. Fuck me. I can't do this shit anymore. Like I said, it's not very useful. It's not very useful at all. But I need to show you it anyway, because it is something you can do with it, and there are situational times where it is good. Right, so... boom. Many men wish death upon me. Right, so like that. That's basically what I'm talking about there. I can pull you really far back there, and there's not much you can do about that, unless you got a movement ability, of course. But the thing is this is useless. Against a 200 HP enemy, there's no reason to do this because it's just going to kill them anyway. And I might as well just set up into a shot, right? I might as well just be setting up to a shot. There's no reason to do this for a training bot. You know what I mean? Or not a training bot, a 200 HP enemy, right? So a support or a DPS. It's really only useful against tanks. And the problem is a lot of tanks have anti-CC moves or moves that directly counter this ability. Or they're dive tanks that have a lot of mobility and can just jump away if this situation happens. Or actually might want to be in this situation, right? So it's situational, like I said, because like Sigma and Diva can eat it, as well as, like I said, Orisa will just go, I will not budge, and then she'll just plop into the middle of your team that does really nothing. As well as Zarya's bubble will stop this because it will prevent any kind of bouncing at all, so she won't be CC'd when she's in the bubble. And like I said, shields can stop it as well, like a Reinhardt shield if it hits at the right angle, but it's going to be difficult for Reinhardt to stop this, especially if he doesn't know what's going on, which people who don't play Junkrat are not going to really know what the fuck is happening. Even people who do play Junkrat might not know what the fuck is happening, right? So it's whatever. It's very situational to use it. And like I said, if I do on like someone like Winston, he's probably just gonna jump back into the back of the team, back to his team. So it's like, what good does that much do? Maybe I wasted his ability. I stopped another push for a couple seconds, but I mean, it is what it is. Who gives a shit, right? So like someone like Roadhog, though, it can be useful to tear him apart like this. As well as, you know, someone like Sigma, you can get away with this sometimes if he's already used his sucky fucky. Especially, like I said, it's hard for him to put that barrier behind him. In theory, if he fucking flips around really quickly and then throws at that barrier and stops it, then he will prevent this. I've never seen that happen once in my life, though. I can't recall a single moment where Sigma has done something like that to prevent it. Because not only will they have to have a very good understanding of what they're capable of, being able to flip around very quickly and do a 180 and basically flick a shield, which is insane to say, but also they would need to have an understanding of what Junkrat is capable of and what he's intentionally trying to do, which this is a very niche thing that is very situational that you're not going to see every day, and even I'm not going to use it because it's fucking stupid and dumb, right? But like I said, you can put them really far back into your team if you do this correctly. And sometimes I'll use it as a way for our team to push in. So I'll have like comms, right, where I'll say something like, fucking, where's HK? God damn. I'll say something like, I'm gonna bring in, like, it's good for Reinhardt. It works for Reinhardt too. Like, I'll say something like, oh, I'm gonna bring in Rein. And then boom, boom, and then that one was completely fucked up. But yeah, boom, boom, and I knock him up twice and then bring him into the center of the team. My team will know exactly what that means when I'm like, okay, I'm going to bring in X, Y, and Z, and they're going to push up. The moment when I say that I'm going to bring in Roadhog, I'm going to bring in Rein, they're going to push up, and the Reaper that I have on my team is going to be able to take care of whatever tank I just pulled in. But like I said, it's tricky to do with some tanks. Winston, this isn't going to work on because he can just jump away. Also, he has shield. Diva, it's not going to work on because she can fly away. Also, she has defense matrix. Zarya, it's going to be hard to work on because she has bubble, unless you can bait that bubble. Now she has 2 bubbles, so it's going to be a lot harder to keep track of when she can use it for herself. and a lot harder to hit this with. As well as like Orisa has Fortify, so good fucking luck doing that unless you've already baited Fortify and she has it on cooldown. So it's situational. Like I said, there's a time and a place for these things. Just like sucking dick, there's a time and place for these things, like truck stop, bathrooms, or movie theaters, but not your grandma's funeral, right? So it's very situational. There's time and places for these kinds of things. And most of the time it's not acceptable, right? But it's something worth knowing. It's something being aware of. And what else? Like I said, you can also, of course, get twice the amount of mobility. This is, everyone knows this one. Get twice the amount of mobility with his grenades. But yeah, that's, I mean, you can do this kind of stuff with 2 grenades. So a lot of uses for it. And one thing you can do, this is kind of ghetto as shit, and nobody does it because it's not good. It's not worth it. But hold on. Let me see if I can do this shit. Boom. Chase him. Fucking shit. This is so, it's so ghetto. It's so ghetto. But yeah, you get the point. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. It's too ghetto to do. It's too ghetto to do, and it's such a waste of mines, especially if you're going to push them in. But basically what I'm doing here is, so like, boop, boop, and I can chase them like that. And, there's really only one use for it, right? And that's if I'm already in the center of the enemy team, and I want to take someone with me. Right? I want to take one of the enemies with me to my team and rip them apart. It's the only use for it. Fucking, it's very specific use, and the problem is I'm going to have 2 mines to use this. If I'm using this to aggress onto the enemy team, like if the enemy team's here and I pull a guy into that, I'm just killing myself at that point because I'm out of mines. No way to escape. I have no way to defend. I have no way to attack the enemy. I've just used 2 of my mines for the most useless fucking thing ever. The other thing is with this ghetto ass shit, what was I saying? Give me a second. Oh yeah, if I'm using it to basically escape, like I said, I'm using 2 mines for this, but I'd already be in the center of the team or something like that to pull the enemy into our team. And the issue with that is, how the fuck did I get into the center of the team and not use any of my mines? It's just very rare that this situation is going to be a thing, that you're not going to have any of your mines, and then you're going to be in the center of the team and you're not going to die, and it's like, what? Like, I don't know. Very, very strange. Very strange. But that is a use. That is a use. That's pretty much it for that. There's one very last thing, and I want to show you it on King's Row, because King's Row is a very good example of this, but actually let me go back into practice before I do that. I'm going to go back into practice because I want to show you something. You might notice something weird about Junkrats, but he has 2 mines, yes, but in a way you can get 3 mines out of him at the same time. This is a very, this though, on the other hand, takes some planning, it takes some knowledge, it takes some, planning ahead, right? But if you notice, the cooldown for his mines do not start when he detonates them. The cooldowns for his mines start when he throws them. This mine is utility. This mine is active the entire time, and at any point I can use it. But I still have 2 more mines in my utility, in my kit. So, like I said, I have basically an extra mine. So I can keep this mine around, use it for mobility, boom, boom, and I still have 1 more mine to do whatever I want, kill another guy, maybe use it as an escape, and I've basically mustered 3 mines out at the same time. But the issue with that is the first mine, I'm already going to have to know what I want to do with it, right? And usually what you want to do with it is mobility, right? Maybe you might hide it on a door, like I said, if an enemy tries to push you. I have some footage of me doing this, and I have some footage of me fucking this up as well, and forgetting to do this, and I'll probably just show some of that real quick. But yeah, if I'm throw a mine down, I have this on cooldown, right? Someone pushes me through here, I can detonate it, and I still have 2 more mines to do the fight. So they're already down like 100 health or so. If I hit them once, they're dead, and I don't even have to think about it. I can detonate again, and I still got 1 more mine in case anyone else wants to get frisky with me. So I can easily win. In that situation, if I planned ahead, I could easily win a 2v1. I could easily win a 2v1. But a prime example of where this is very good is I want to show you on King's Row. Right, so let me go into custom game. Let me make a custom game. Junkrat, I think, is a very good character on King's Row. I think King's Row is probably one of his best maps to be on for Junkrat. And it's quite convenient because I find King's Row one of the worst maps for Doomfist. There's still a lot of fucky shit. Like, he could do a rollout on this car, and a lot of shit for Doomfist. But, I mean, there's no way to stop Doomfist from doing rollout. He has rollouts on every map. But that's not the point. This video is not about Doomfist. So I like to play Junkrat on this map. And was this always... Oh, yeah, I think this was always there. Yeah, but the thing that I like to be is every time on defense, I'm always here. Always here on defense, and I play Junkrat almost like a dive character on defense on King's Row. Almost always, 9 times out of 10, I'm right here. So, the reason I'm right here is I'll always set up right here. I can launch here. And I'm going to keep a mine right here. This is where I want to keep a mine. So, we're going to keep this mine right here. The attackers will be coming any second. I'm ready. And the thing is with this, like I said, I'll always try to push up here. I don't want them to see because a lot of times people should be trying to look out this door to see what the enemies are. So I'll try and launch up here. They'll probably hear the mine. They'll know that there's a Junkrat, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. And then I'll go and hide in this room, plant my mine there, and see I still have 2 concussion mines here. Now, I'm going to keep this mine right here, and I'm still going to have 2 mines in my inventory, basically, right? And then when the attackers push, they're going to be pushing up here. This is really the only place you can kind of go through. I mean, you can go through here and stuff like that. But like I said, this is basically the other flank alternative, right? And I'm going to be sitting here, and then the enemy team is going to be walking down here, and I'm going to give them cancer. I'm going to be an annoying little bitch and distract the shit out of them and give them cancer, making it difficult for them to push up, making them annoyed, and trying to get someone to flush me out. On top of that, this place is a very good position to secure. I want this place to be controlled for my defending team, because if I don't, this allows other flanks for something like a Genji or a Tracer to come up this way, sneak in through here, and this is a flank that can be exploited, especially because my team usually consists of having an Ana, and my Ana likes to stay somewhere around here or here. So, like I said, I want to secure this building as much as I possibly can, or at least to make it as inconvenient as possible to take this, right? In my video about Overwatch, my experience with Overwatch when I was explaining all that space control and whatnot, a very big part of really any competitive game is taking space, do not give it back. This is space I can take, and I feel as if I am good enough to keep this space. And this is very valuable space, because if the enemy team can take this space and this belongs to them, this gives them a flank route to go and give my supports cancer, my whole team cancer, because a Genji could be up here doing some shit like jumping out, jumping back in, jumping out, jumping back in, throwing shit at my tank, throwing shit at my support, throwing shit at my DPS, throwing shit at my team, and that's not a great thing. I don't want that to be happening. So I want to be here. This, I can make it, if you want this position, if you want to take this position, if you want to throw shit at my team from here, you're going to have to claw it from me. You're going to have to take it from me from my cold, dead fucking hands. Because I'm going to be sitting right here the entire time giving you cancer. This is a very good position to be in. And right now, I have 2 mines. So I'm very nice. If someone tries to push me up here, and I think I can take the fight, sure, why not? I can take it. And like I said, I have the advantage. I'm not even going to use my mines to kill you. I don't need to. Because if you're pushing me, if you're Soldier 76 or something, you're running up here and you're pushing me, I can hit you from this distance. If you're inside this building, I can hit you with a mine without having to secure it with a concussion mine. I can hit you with a bomb without having to secure it with a concussion mine. My bad, sorry. If I don't hit you twice, by the time you get up here, I can turn this angle, boom, boom, be shooting shit down here, right? I can shoot grenades right down this hallway like this. Just like that. Making it hard as fuck for you to get up here. So if you're playing Soldier 76 or Tracer or something, you're trying to run here, I'm likely going to hit you on the way here. And then you're going to have to try and get through here, and I'm going to hit you like this. And this whole time, I'm going to be backing up, backing up, backing up. And if I feel it's too dangerous, boom. And I still got 2 more mines to run away. And I can get all the way back to my Ana, my support. If I've taken damage, I can stay here all the way back with my Ana. You know, be like, need healing, and then she'll heal me. And you're probably wondering, why do you assume you have an Ana? Because I have a fucking Ana. If I'm playing DPS, I have an Ana. That's almost guaranteed. Just because I'm assuming, because I've played so much with the same exact people, the same exact 6 stack, that I know exactly what my teams are, and I know what makes our team strong, and I know what makes our team weak. And I've built strategies around having a specific team with a specific way they work, as well as not only working around their characters, but working around their personal quirks as well. So like I said, if you're confused at all why I assume that I have certain characters, like I said, I assume that I have a Reaper. I assume that I have a Ana. I assume that I have a Sigma on my team. If you're wondering at all, go watch my 6-hour-long fucking video on my experience with Overwatch. That should give you all the answers you're looking for. But yeah. Yeah, I like this position. I like this position a lot. And it's going to be, you're basically going to be playing Donkey Kong. If you're trying to push up through here, you're basically going to be playing Donkey Kong. Now, there's some characters where it's like, I ain't touching that with a 12-foot pole. Diva is the worst matchup for Junkrat. That is a 10-0 matchup. There's nothing in the world I can do in a 1v1 against a Diva. I rather go in a 1v1 against a Pharah than a Diva any fucking day. Because with a Pharah, I might be able to secure a kill if I can hit a concussion mine if she flies low enough. I can hit a concussion mine and secure a kill with a setup shot. Diva, on the other hand, there's nothing I can do about her defense matrix. There's no counterplay to her defense matrix, and like I said, his concussion mine is extremely useful for that kind of shit. But the thing is her defense matrix eats concussion mines, so I can't use that. If Diva starts pushing up here, I'm throwing a trap and I'm running for my life. There's nothing I can do. There is nothing I can do against the Diva. That is a fight that I can't win. It doesn't matter how good I am. It doesn't matter. I could be the best Junkrat in the world and be fighting a silver Diva. I'm going to lose. I'm going to lose that match every single fucking time because she just has defense. As long as she can get close enough and use defense matrix, I'm dead. I am essentially dead. My really only way to escape from her is throw this trap, run for my fucking life, and return to my team because that's a fight I just can't beat alone. You know, like if she comes up there, the last words I'm going to hear right before I go into the great beyond is, time to raise my APM. And that's it. I'm dead. I'm a dead man. When I hear the words, time to raise my APM, my life has just flashed before my eyes. And those were the last words that I will ever hear before my eternal existence in the afterlife. So yeah. Very, very unfortunate matchup. Don't want to engage that. So there are some characters that I just don't want to engage in general, but most characters I will take this fight. And if, like your Genji's sometimes pretty tricky to kill with Junkrat, because like I said, I kind of have to assume sometimes where you're going to be. I have to shoot where you're going to be, not where you are. Genji has so much mobility. On top of that, he can deflect bombs. He can deflect my concussion mines. He can deflect all my shit back at me, which can cause some issues for me in the long run. And it's just it's a match that is. It's not impossible for Junkrat to beat, but it's annoying. It's an annoying fight for Junkrat, right? But I'll take a Genji. I'll still take a Genji any day. If you push me too far, though, I might have to force to use this instead of using my escape option. And I don't mind that. If I think, oh shit, I might die, then this is my last resort. But now I've basically wasted 2 mines. That was a 2 for the price of 1 that I just wasted, because I just wasted this escape mine, and I just wasted the mine there. So if anyone else pushes me, I got 1 more mine to use, as long as it doesn't come off cooldown. And at that point, or I gotta use it to escape, right? Now, of course, there's only so many guys I can fight at the same time. I mean, if 5 guys rush me in this little fucking room, I mean, there's not much I can do about that. That's unfortunate. But honestly, even if 5 guys rush me, if I'm like, oh shit, they're coming for me, and it's like their entire team, I can still escape. I take my odds with escaping if I'm clever enough. Because I could definitely have that mine already set up here. They're pushing me from here. There's another guy coming from here. I'm like, oh, fuck. As long as they're not Diva, I should be good, right? I can do something like this, you know, make it a little bit harder to hit me. Jump here, jump behind this statue. I should be good, right? I should be good to go unless they want to scramble with our team and cause a scramble and try to push themselves in to kill me. Then there's not much they can do there, right? There's not much they can do to kill. Now, of course, it depends on the characters. If that's a Diva that comes up these stairs, I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. I mean, there's not much I can do about that. If that's someone with strong CC, I'm dead, right? May might actually stop me if she can, because she can ice wall up here. And then I might be too slow to get out if I don't use my my mine properly. I could probably get out before May can freeze me. I don't know. That's a situation I don't see too often. Mays usually like to stick with the team. They don't usually like to run off and try to like dive or flush out characters all too often. But yeah, usually it's going to be like a Genji or a Reaper or something, or a Tracer that's going to try and flush me out. But yeah, so that's the thing I like about this. But of course, as I said with the stuff earlier, they can come up from here too, right? And I don't hate that either. I don't hate that either. Because I'm probably going to be able to, I can see up here. I'm probably going to be able to see you coming. I'll know you're coming. And I can do here. And like I said, I'll take a tight fight in any corridor whatsoever. And like I said, my mine's going to be somewhere here. And I'm still going to have 2 mines. So if you engage me, I'm still going to have 2 mines. Same situation down here. And the thing is I can hit you and I don't necessarily even need to see you. Right? But you need to see me. Most characters are going to need to see me. Unless it's another Junkrat and we're doing a Junkrat mirror. This could be bad for me. This is probably a bad position to be in. Because I'm more limited here. But yeah. But if I'm really focused, like here. If I'm right here, I'm getting really deep into it. And I'm really focused with fucking with their team. Where I'm like, you know, kind of having a little bit of a struggle with like a Tracer or something right here. Still got this mine and I can run away, right? If there's like a soldier here and we're fighting. Still got this mine, I can run away. And then if, let's say, someone comes up this wall, like let's say a Genji climbs up this wall, tries to jump up here, which a lot of Genjis will just passively do. They'll just do without thinking. Genjis and Hanzos tend to really like this balcony right here. They'll jump up onto this thing. And the first thing they're going to notice, even if they don't know I'm here, even if they're not coming to flush me out, the first thing they'll notice is this trap. And your first thought might be like, oh, just destroy it. Why not? You know, this is just like, why is this here? Just destroy this thing. And immediately, everyone's knee-jerk reaction is to destroy it. It gives them no advantage to keep it around. Just break it. Who cares? Don't do this. Do not do this. I'm probably going to know you're here in the first place because, and this is the problem I've always had with Overwatch. I feel like the Overwatch characters are too loud. I feel like they should definitely be quieter. But if you break this, I know you're here. The moment this thing is gone, someone just broke that shit. I don't care what the fuck I was doing over here. I'm looking up here. I know exactly where you are. I know exactly what's going on the moment you break that. And the thing is you're not actually getting an advantage. You may be stopping me from being able to easily escape, but you're stopping me from being able to escape a fight here. You're still going to have to fight me in here. And this little thing is a niche thing, but this is something I've always liked, is you can curve balls off this thing. Which makes it it's kind of strong. It's actually pretty good. It makes your projectiles very straight going, if you're good with this. But like I said, it's so situational. It's like, that's just a little side note, as I like using that as well. And especially down here, because I can still basically shoot it. Because it doesn't matter where I hit. For some reason, they always shoot. Like, it doesn't matter how far I am or how close I am. For some reason, they always shoot just straight down in a very straight pattern, which can be very useful. But yeah, I still have 2 mines, even if you break that mine, and I can still fight you from this position. So if you're Genji or some shit, I can still fight you here. So if you break this, by the time you're right here, I'm going to know you're here, and I'm going to be right here, and I'm going to be prepared for you. And I completely fucked that one up. I might throw out a trap somewhere at this doorway, or something like that. Probably this doorway, because I'm going to try and run away through here, or I'm going to run away through here. So I might throw a trap like this, right? And I'll be prepared for you, and I'll be like looking through this angle, and I'll kind of like try to hide around this thing so you can't attack me here, or something along these lines. And I'm gonna basically have to push you through here. Now you're not gonna be able to. I can kind of shoot little shit, in a weird way towards you. If you're hiding behind this here, if you're hiding behind this here, if you're hiding behind this wall, I can kind of still hit you. There's still ways for me to hurt you here. But, I mean, if you're playing Genji, if you're playing Hanzo, if you're playing Reaper or something, you can't really hurt me that way. You might be able to throw shit. Hanzo might be better because he can sonar arrow something here, and then he'll know exactly where I am, and he'll have wall hacks, and he might be able to hit me in the head. But the moment I see the sonar arrow, I'm not fucking peeking you. Shit, didn't mean to do that. Wrong button. I'm not fucking peeking you. The moment I see the sonar arrow, I'm down here, and I'm doing this shit. So you'll be able to get a bit of space from me. But, of course, then there'll be the guys here and all that shit, blah, blah, blah. So there's a lot to think about. And, I mean, at some point, there's just too many guys to deal with. And I'm not going to get into all of that. But, like I said, I don't hate fighting here. And most of the time, you're going to have to try and push me and fight me within this room. And fighting me within this room is a lost cause. And the reason it is because I got this fucking thing. This fucking thing is broken. I got this thing. I got these fucking mines. And like I said, I have 2 mines to use at my disposal. And it's just, like I said, it's a very close quarters room with a lot of shit that I can do from here. On top of that, like I said, I can do something like this, jump up. If you try to push me in this hallway, like Reapers or Genjis will really try to get up close sometimes in your face. And I don't hate that, right? If you're trying to push me, if you get around to this couch, the first thing I'm going to do, especially if there's guys down here who are also distracted by me, gonna do this. Boom. That's the switcheroo right there. How the turntables. Now I'm here. You're right here. You're like, what the fuck? I can shoot shit down here. I'm out. I've just used 2 of my mines. I'm out. I return to my team. Need healing. Ana will heal me, or Moira will probably be standing, you know, somewhere around here or something. Our main team will be all the way up here. And I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. Don't hate that one bit. But like I said, that's just basically some of the stuff that's, but yeah, what should you do then? Because like I said, you're basically giving me intel the moment you destroy this mine. And what I would do if I was a Genji and I was fighting me, right? But not every Junkrat is me, so I probably still wouldn't do this. But if I was fighting me, I'd know that's an obvious fucking Junkrat mine. He kind of wants me to destroy it. I'm not going to destroy that. I wouldn't destroy that. And the reason I'm not going to destroy that is because I don't want him to know I'm here. He's going to be distracted. He's going to be shooting shit down here. And I'll be able to get maybe here before he notices, right? Sometimes he'll be able to hear me the moment I get up here. Like if I'm Genji if I'm Junkrat and I hear, right? If I hear that shit, I know exactly what that is. And I know exactly what's just happened. And I know Genji's going to be right here on this balcony. And I'm going to be prepared for that. But sometimes that's hard to hear, especially Junkrat's loud. I'm shooting a lot of bombs. I'm shooting them at enemy teammate or at enemies through here. I'm dealing with a whole bunch of other shit. So sometimes I might not be able to hear that. But yeah, if you don't destroy this mine, you're going to be able to get a lot closer to me before I notice. And you're going to be able to be right here. Maybe right here, especially with someone like Genji. And then, boom, shurikens. And I'm going to be like, here, I'm going to be like, oh, shit, what the fuck, right? So I'm going to have to work off this shit. You're going to have the drop on me. And at that point, I'm going to have to use my mine. And if I'm in a scuffle like that, a very close-range scuffle with someone like a Genji, I'm almost going to be forced to use my mine, right? Especially Genji. He's got a double jump. It's hard to know where he's going to be. He's very fast. He's got deflect. I'm going to want to use this mine to secure a kill, to set up a kill, to secure a kill, all that kind of thing due to all these reasons that I discussed prior, right? So I'm going to need to use this mine, and the moment I use this mine, I can't have two mines at the same time. When I use the first mine, when I use the second mine, the first one goes away. So you've essentially, just by ignoring that mine and pushing past me, you've essentially wasted that mine in the first place. Because I'm going to want to use that mine to engage you in the first place. And if you get too close, like I said, I want to do this. This is something that I like doing to try and turn tables, get some space, is I want to do that. And then just try to run away from here. But, so like I said, don't destroy a fucking mine that sits here. A Junkrat mine that's sitting here, don't destroy that shit. Because he'll know exactly where you are. He'll know exactly what your intentions are. And he'll know exactly what to do. But yeah, it's very easy for me to escape. It's very easy for me to escape. You know, I can, of course, escape through there. Like I said, if they have something like a Widowmaker, which Widowmaker is very common on the first point of King's Row, because Widowmakers will sit up here. There's really nothing you can do about her if she's up here, except for have good, strong shields. If you're up there, I won't do this. If I know there's a Widowmaker, I see a Widowmaker or something like that, I'll just back out as fast as possible. Jump down here. There should be like a shield or something here. Slide into here, and I prefer to be in this position with Junkrat if I'm not going to be in this building on King's Row. So I said I wasn't going to mention it, but I felt like I just wanted to add the post note in as well. Because I said that if the whole team gets distracted by me and tries to fight me in that room, which it happens. Oh, it happens. So Junkrat pisses a lot of people off. And the higher the elo you get, he pisses more people off, right? So it'll certainly happen where I'll get like a Genji climbing up the fucking balcony and like a diva up there too. And then like fucking like 4 other guys trying to push in through that small little room on the bottom area. It fucking happens. It happens where I have 6 men trying to push me in that room. I'm not gonna front like it doesn't, but in that scenario, here's the thing to consider. In that scenario, it's very obvious when they're doing it. It's very obvious when they're doing that thing, and this is kind of giving me what I want. I'm a terrorist. That's what I'm doing when I do this strategy, is I'm a terrorist. I am giving demands, and right there, you are giving me exactly what I want. You are giving me attention, you are giving me fear, and you are giving me power. The moment you start throwing 6 men inside a small-ass room where I can just shoot shit at you, just to kill little old me, you're giving me exactly what I want. Because here's what's going to happen. I have a team of a bunch of other dudes, right? And we have comms, right? I'm assuming we have comms for the most of the part when I played this game. And the space you are giving up space. You are giving up the space in front of that bus. You are no longer concerned with the main fight, just so you can try to secure that one little room. And this isn't the best play. I mean, it can work out in your favor if you beat us in the team fight, but doing that shit will allow my team to push up as well. So you're going to basically be turning your back on the rest of my team, which the Ana might not do shit. The Ana's just going to sit there and heal. But you're turning your back on a Roadhog, you're turning your back on a Sigma, you're turning your back on a Reaper especially, and you're turning back on a Moira as well. Just to try and fucking just to try and drag me out of my stupid little smegma cave, right? And that's not great. So now what you're doing is you're putting yourself in a pincer attack. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and jump up the fucking railings, and I'm gonna try and get the fuck out of there and get to that balcony. That's going to be my goal, and I don't want to fight the downstairs fight. And the moment they see this, the rest of my team is gonna know what's going on, and they're gonna push up with me. Now, like I said, if you're in an uncoordinated lobby, if you're in not a 6-stack, if you're with a bunch of randoms and there's no cohesion or anything, they're probably going to fucking let you die. I was fortunate enough that when I played this game, I played with a 6-stack for a very long time, right? That's probably not you. Your team is going to watch you fucking die. They're going to watch you suffer, and they're just going to give up that fucking room. I'm gonna be honest. 9 times out of 10, your team is not gonna overextend themselves. But like I said, they can pull up on the enemy team, and I'm gonna fucking sit up on that balcony, and the Ana will still be able to heal me when I sit up on that balcony, and then I can shoot shit down the stairway. I will still be involved in that team fight. There will basically be a pincer attack. I will still be involved unless I get killed when I'm trying to reach that balcony. But like I said, if I get too hurt, I will jump down, and then I will get plenty of healing. I've got the Ana and Moira will be paying attention to me. I will get plenty of healing. I can jump down, and then I can join the team fight. Either way, I'm not gone. The only way to really get me out of there is kill me really fast. Kill me really fast before I can reach that balcony. But by the time I reach that balcony, it's over. You've lost. So yeah, that's what happens if you try to push me. It's not the best thing. It isn't the best thing. It can work. But like I said, you're wasting time. You're wasting time. You're wasting a push. And it's whatever. You know what I mean? And like I said, sometimes I'm giving this because that's usually what the team composition would be, because we usually have 2 people locked in tank. But sometimes tank can switch. But yeah, you don't want any of it. You don't want any of it. It's best to try to hold the line and try to get some competent person to try and get me out of there, right? Because you do want that room. I'll admit, you do want that room. But like I said, I'm going to make you earn it. If I'm sitting in that room in King's Row, if I'm sitting in that building in King's Row, if you want that, you're going to earn it. You're going to earn it. I'm not giving it for free. But yeah, but that's only if there's Widow, sometimes maybe even Hanzo. But yeah, it is what it is. But sometimes I can't push through here. Like I said, I'll fight you if you're a Reaper or a Genji or something and you're up here. If I hear that shit, I know that's a Genji. I'll fight you there. If I hear repositioning, right? I know that's a Reaper. I'll fight you there. Any character, any DPS coming through here, I'll fight you. Genji's probably the worst DPS to fight in a situation like this. I'll still fight a Genji through here. 2 characters I'm not going to fight. No fucking world I'm going to fight these 2 characters. Absolutely no way. Is when if I hear fuck no. If I hear time to raise my APM. If I hear that shit, fuck no. That means rent is due, motherfucker. That is my landlord, and he is going to break my fucking legs, and I have to get the fuck out. Nothing else matters. The objective now is to survive when I hear either of those things. Those are 2 fights I cannot win. There is no way I can win that shit. And there is no way I'm going to try and be able to push through here. Maybe Winston, it's still going to be hard, right? But if it's Diva, Diva's a lost cause. If I try to push here, she's going to fly in through here, push me back, micro missiles with defense matrix, and I'm fucking dead. There's nothing I can do. There is nothing I can do. Doesn't matter if I have this preset mine here. Doesn't matter if I'm not scared to use my mines here. I can't use my mines. That's the issue, is I can't use my mines. There's no way I'm not going to be able to reach this mine before I die. And she can fly around, she can push me back, and she will kill me. There is no way I can fight a Diva in this matchup. Winston, maybe I can escape, but I doubt it. That's a 50-50 if I'm going to escape. But I'm sure as hell not going to be able to kill him. I have just lost this room the moment that there's a Diva or a Winston. So, like I said, if I hear either of those 2 things, that shit might as well be the devil climbing up that balcony and dragging me down to hell. And in that scenario, fuck that. I'm throwing a trap down on these stairs. I'm running through here. I don't give a shit if their whole team is this way. I'm bouncing off, and I'm getting the fuck out. I'm getting the fuck out. Because those are 2 fights I don't get paid enough to deal with. Those are 2 fights that I didn't queue 2 hours for DPS to engage in. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. I'm getting the fuck out of there. And I might die. If I try to push through here, this is ballsy as shit. This is ballsy as shit. If their whole team is fighting right here, they see me, I'm going to get fucked. But I'm just as fucked trying to run up those stairs. I'm probably less fucked. I'd rather take a 5v1 with an entire team of normal characters than a 1v1 against a diva. Because a 1v1 against a diva, there's no way I win that. A 5v1, maybe. Maybe I can escape. Diva, I'm not escaping because I can't use my concussion mines. But yeah. That's the power of a preemptive mine is, like I said, I'm basically getting 3 mines out of that, and I can throw it at doorways, boom, and then wait for it to cool down, pop. I'll have another one in a couple seconds. So yeah, sometimes you can take a planning ahead. If you plan ahead properly, you can squeeze 3 mines out of this character. But yeah, that's I think about it. I don't have much else to say. I think that pretty much sums up all of my thoughts for this character and what he's capable of. He's very cool. I like Junkrat. I think he's a very well-designed character overall. I think he has, like I said, he's got one of the lowest skill floors as well as one of the highest skill ceilings, and that's a sign of a good designed character. And he's very popular, and for good reason as well. He's a very cool character, and I didn't even mention his Junkrat tire either. The Rip tire's got a lot of shit you can do. A lot of times you're going to want to, like, stall until, like, the last second. Fuck if I can do this shit. What the fuck? Why am I so ass? So it's like you stall, and they're just hearing and then like that, right? So there's a lot of funny shit you can do with the Rip tire. As well as, like I said, Junkrat's a character that can position in very strange places that a lot of DPS can't. Just because he has so much vertical and horizontal mobility in one package. As well as, like I said, he's got intel with his trap. If this trap activates or is destroyed, I know there's guys in here. I can get some use out of my Rip tire with that. And the Rip tire is good with intel. And sometimes, if my testicles are just really big that day, I might just be like, I'll just fucking do it on payload. I don't give a fuck. I'll just sit here. If I'm standing behind payload, if, like, we'll imagine this is the payload real quick, there's a fight happening all the way over here. If I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm secure, fuck this shit, Q. I'm just gonna fucking roll that shit right over payload and immediately detonate it. I don't give a fuck. Damn, I messed that up. But yeah. That's what I'm saying here. Very well designed character. But I think he gets a real bad rap, and I feel like it's undeserved. I feel like people lump him in the same category as all these, like, low skill. He's a low skill character, like, he doesn't take any skill, and he's just not a skilled character, and fucking it always comes from the same motherfuckers. It's always these Genji and Widow players that are like these platinum Genji and Widow players that have no idea what the fuck they're doing and have no idea how to play the game. And they always talk shit, and he gets lumped in the same categories as characters like Reaper or Torbjorn or Bastion or some shit like that. And it's like, oh, these are the scrubby, low-skill characters that have no depth and are badly designed and blah, 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 blah. That's certainly not Junkrat. Junkrat does not deserve to be lumped into the same category as any of those characters. And there's a lot that you can do with this. There's a lot this character is capable of. And there's a lot of skill as well that can be involved in this character. But there's a lot of easy shit. I will not deny. This character can be rewarding and very easy at a low level. I can just kind of hold left trigger or left click. I can hold left click the whole time into the enemy team. And I can secure a lot of kills this way at a bronze or silver level. But to say that he has no skill whatsoever, that's like... I hear that all the time. That Junkrat is such a scummy character that takes no skill. And there's nothing to him, and he just holds down left click and gets free kills, is such an insult, and it's really not the case. And anyone who said that has clearly never played Junkrat, or at least played Junkrat at a high level. Because there's a lot you can do with this character, there's a lot to know, there's a lot of depth to this character, and that's why he's so well designed. Like I said, very low skill floor, very high skill ceiling, and that's what makes him such a cool character, and that's why I love Junkrat so much. That's why he's my most played character in Overwatch, period. My most played character, by far. I probably have around 1,000 hours in Junkrat. Just because I like him so much. Right? So, I don't know. What else do I have to say? So yeah, it's whatever. Like I said, if you're one of those people who thinks he requires no aiming, which that one's bullshit, that he requires no aiming at all, oh my fucking god, you have to know his angles pretty damn well. You got to know not only the angles of this grenade launcher, but as also the angles of this, and just how this gun works in general. And a lot of people who say he takes no aiming whatsoever have no understanding of how fucking Junkrat's supposed to function. I'm telling you, anyone who has doubts, anyone who thinks Junkrat is an easy character, anyone who thinks that this is a character that takes no skill and takes no aiming, for all you Widow and Genji players that don't actually know how to play the game, and are hard stuck in platinum, I beg you, go into training mode and try and do, just try and shoot. Just try and shoot, mine into shoot like I was doing before. Set up a kill with his mine. Do that 10 times in a row. Get to the point where you can do that 10 times in a row, and then come to me and tell me that he takes no skill and no aiming. Do that. For anyone who doubts Junkrat, please, I beg of you. For anyone who says he's a low skill character that requires no thought, do that shit. But not only does he require thought, not only does he, at a high level, like I said, at a high level, he requires not only planning ahead with his trap, he requires planning ahead, like I showed with the example all throughout this King's Row shit, by planting a mine here. Not only does he require planning ahead with that kind of thing, not only does he require good situational and spatial awareness, not only does he require a level of aiming, being able to compensate and not calculate, but be able to figure out like where your grenades are going to go, depending on the angles and whatnot, being able to work around angles, being able to hit enemies that you probably shouldn't be able to without looking at them, being able to do all kinds of stuff, just being aware of your environment and whatnot, makes him such a cool character with so many possibilities, so many things you can do, and just basically he's able to do almost everything. Everything you can possibly think of is possible with this one little mine. This one little mine, anything you can imagine is possible. There's nothing in this world that this character cannot do with this one little mine. It's mobility, it's crowd control, it pushes, it pulls, it sets up kills, it confirms kills. What does this thing not fucking do? It's, like I said, into a degree, it's also reconnaissance as well. It's area denial. What doesn't it do? What does this thing not do? But the issue is I can't use this mine for everything. I cannot use this mine for everything. Because I only have 2 of them. And I have to work around, I have to use this mine for everything with only 2 of them. Given, like I said, very fast cooldown. As well as he gets 2 of them, which is a lot more than most characters get for their abilities. But it's supply and demand. And while the supply may be high, the demand is much higher for this character. But like I said, if you have any doubts, if you think Junkrat is a scrubby character for players who are bad at the game, then I beg you, go into training mode, go into the practice, and just try to get to a point where you can consistently get 10 set up a kill before they even start falling down, with his concussion mine into grenade. If you have any doubts in this character whatsoever. Also, let me just show you like kind of mobility this fucking motherfucker is capable of. Look at that shit. That's insane. That's insane. Say, hey Anna, do that shit all the time. I'm over here. I'm fucking around here. I'm overextended. I feel like a bitch. I'm like, okay, this is getting dangerous. I need to get out. Hey Anna. Hello. Hey Anna. Just look at the amount of space this motherfucker can clear. But yeah, that's about it. I really do wish I could have done this with Doomfist, because this is fun, just basically fucking around, showing you what this character is capable of, showing what this character can and can't do. I really do wish in another universe I could do this with Doomfist, just kind of going around map to map, showing you the kind of combos you could perform, and all that kind of stuff, and showing what people like to do, and the rollouts and whatnot, and like, oh man, it'd be so fun to just like show you what's possible on Eichenwald. Eichenwald has to be the best map for Doomfist. That shit is a fucking jungle gym for that motherfucker. It has everything. That thing is a playground for that motherfucker. That guy can get across the entirety of the map in like 30 seconds, bro. He is so fucked up on Eichenwald. But yeah, I wish I could do that with Doomfist, but sad thing is Doomfist doesn't exist. Because like I said, Doomfist is my second most played character behind Junkrat, right? And I put a lot of hours into Doomfist, and I wish I could show you what Doomfist was capable of doing just as much as I could with Junkrat. But I can't do that, unfortunately. I may make a video, if I can find enough clips and splice them together, like some old Doomfist gameplay from other people. If I could do that, I might be able to show you some things here and there, but it just wouldn't be the same, and it wouldn't be my gameplay. And I don't like using other people's gameplay. I fear that if I use other people's gameplay, somebody might see it and they might copyright and say, hey, that's my gameplay, you're not allowed to use that. And then I'll get in trouble for that shit. And that's what I don't want. I really don't want to do that. I really don't want that to happen. I don't want to get a copyright strike for using someone else's gameplay. And like I said, with how small I am as a creator, it's hard to contact anyone with a decent following and anyone with decent gameplay. If I contact them, they're not going to give me their fucking gameplay. No one's gonna fucking contact a YouTuber with 100 subscribers and tell them that they can use their gameplay. Not for free, at the very least. And that's what I don't like. You know, and it's like, that's what makes that so hard. On top of that, fucking Brandito, like, killed himself or something. I don't fucking know where he is. His channel's, like, purged. Which, other than that, it's hard to find some Brandito gameplay other than highlights. You know, it's just like, oh, look at all these plays of the games he got. And it's like, okay, cool, but I want to see, like, a normal match with Brandito. You know what I mean? I just want to see, like, a full 40-minute game of Brandito playing and just, like, a normal game. What a normal game of Doomfist might look like. But you can't really get that. It's just highlights, and it's like, oh, wow, he just came on, like, 3 men at the same time and got, like, a quadra kill. And it's like... You know, it's like, I don't want that. I don't want that. That doesn't tell me anything. That doesn't tell me, like, I can find impressive plays of any character. I can find a clip of Mercy getting a team kill. That's not what that character is, though. You know what I mean? So I wish I could show you, like, just, like, all the rollouts here, all the things you could do, like, with these fucking cars and these fucked up lamps and all kinds of weird shit that character was capable of, but he's gone and I really can't, and that's what fucking sucks. But yeah, that's about it. If you found this video helpful at all, or you just thought it was neat, or thought I said anything interesting, you know, just like and subscribe or whatever, right? If you have a friend and he plays Widowmaker and Genji, tell him to go, if he says Junkrat takes no skill, tell him to go fuck himself and send him this video. But yeah, that's about it. Peace.